Hey, what's up, y'all? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Hope you all had a great week. Enjoying your Sunday so far. So, y'all here for Mizzle Talk. So, we got 4 shows to talk about, which is LHH Fam Reunion, Ultimatum France, LAMDC, and Growing Up Hip Hop. So, hope you come to joy to share. Be ready to share your opinions. Let me know how y'all feel about these episodes, about these shows, and what's up. So, we all great coming through. What's up? What's up? Try to wait for more people to come in. Feel free. Don't be afraid. Come in the chat. So you have not followed or subscribed to my channel yet. This is Mr. 14. Subscribe if you haven't. Thank you to all the new subscribers recently and on the recent likes. Hey, Sam Boo, how you doing? What's going on? How was your birthday last week? And thank you for all the new subscribers who subscribe to my channel and everything. Recently, hope y'all continue to join and continue to support the videos. And as promised, I will continue pushing them out there. Instagram, Mr. Grown. Twitter, Thomas_Grown. Discord is Mr. 14, #3488. Or the link is down below in my description box. So click on that link and follow my Discord. I'm really active in all 3 platforms, but Discord is the most because sometimes you get information on there. I talk about updates, talk about different things, and we communicate with things. I also do watch-alongs on Discord, so that's the best way you're going to connect with me. And if you saw a client support, my Cash App is $Mizzle for 140. I'm good. I'm doing it. It was needed. Oh, I'm great. I am great today. You know, shining. Oh wait, hold up. You can't see me shining. I'm great. I've been well, rested. Everything, work is fine, stuff like that. I'm pursuing my goals. I'm feeling good. What's going on? No stress. That's what it is. All right, so we're gonna start to get some people to come in because Bobby ain't on yet. Let's start some shows up there. Oh, I'm gonna share my Potomac review I did last week and my All You Cities video of what I did on Funky Dunning and Phaedra Parks. And congratulations for that video because that video made over 1K views and over 30 likes. So I appreciate everyone who's been supporting it, who enjoyed it so far and liked. Thank you. Thank you so much. I love it. Yes. And supporting it, I really appreciate that. That was my, since I've been doing All You Cities videos, that's been the most viewed video so far. And hopefully that will continue. All right, let's start with some shows updates. Play some music. Get up there. Yeah, and don't forget, tonight at 10 o'clock, I'm going to do Mr. Social Corner. If there's no panel, I will push the time up, but it will schedule at 10 o'clock. Mr. Social Corner, some different topics. So I also shared that up on YouTube already. So if you have not followed, please subscribe to my channel and click on that link when it gets time to start. And that will be another live today. So I don't think every Sunday it won't be 2 lives, but I think next Sunday I'll probably take a break. I'll only do 1 live, but we'll see how it goes. Depends how many topics out there, what's going on. So like that. So, all right, Love and Marriage DC Season 2, it premiered last night. And to be honest, it was a good premiere episode. I ain't gonna front. And it just seems different from the first season. The first season, I wasn't really feeling it that much, but they was given the first episode. We will see it will continue the rest of the season with these people. And yeah, I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it. They each gave something, and that's what I like. Each couple gave part of their lives and some things that we can share and everything. The reason why I like it because they each sharing and they give us something else that we can see. Avoid dude's name Jamie. Oh, child. Oh, we'll get into that. It quit aggravating me too this season and this episode too. So we're gonna get into that as well. That's short little motherfucker. Well, we'll get into that. Yes, I enjoyed it because it's different from Love and Marriage Husband because a lot of people ride them behind Melody's coattails. This season, everybody giving something. So, and it doesn't seem like the cast is very authentic and like genuine with each other as much as possible so far. We'll see. Real Housewives of Potomac is on OWN. Tonight is a new episode. I will watch that and I will give you a review of it this week. I will try and push it for tomorrow, definitely on Tuesday. I'm not trying to upload it on Wednesday like I have been doing the last 2 weeks. RuPaul Drag Race is on Fridays, watch-alongs. Bling Empire, New York, watch-alongs on Netflix. And Squid Game, The Challenge is on Netflix. Read along, it will be watch-along when that comes out. 7 Women in the Murder is on Netflix. That's a watch-along. And a possible review. I don't know yet. I didn't watch it yet, so I don't know if I'm going to review it yet. But it looked interesting to me. You know, I like whodunit kind of mystery shows and everything, so that would probably interest me. Kaleidoscope. I had started watching the first episode, but I didn't continue wrestling. But it will be watching on when we get a chance to watch it because other shows we watching right now. The Ultimatum France is on Netflix, and we're gonna talk about the next set of episodes, the next 3 episodes. The Accused is on Fox tonight. It's premiere episode, so I'm gonna watch it, and then we'll see how it goes. I mean, if it's good, then I'll probably do a pre-recorded video of it, and if y'all enjoyed it, then we'll continue to review it. But it all depends how good the episode is. If it's not good, then I ain't gonna review nothing. Harlem Season 2 is on Amazon Prime. I will review that. I did whole season 1 review of the Harlem last season, so I'm going to continue on this one. So it's on February 3rd. We're going to start that. So when we get that come out, we'll got the nights on CW11, and it's just going to be a watch along. Power Book 2, Ghost 3. It's on Stars, and we'll be watching along and review on it. And Grown Up Hip Hop on WeTV is on watch alongs and review. So we're gonna talk about the latest episode of this one. Movie nights is still on Thursdays. It could change if y'all feel like Thursday is not a good day. I haven't had any feedback lately, so it's based on Thursday. Late night lives probably Friday or Saturday. I still think about it and working that kinks of that. And all your city videos are still going to be released as much as possible every week or every 2 weeks, depending on what's happening on social media. All right. Oops. I already covered that. Oh, where's everybody today? Okay. All right. Whether it's only one person or not, I'm going to do these reviews. Let's push them out there. Let's get into it. We got a lot to talk about. All right, let's do Love and Hip Hop first, because there was not much going on with that episode. Yeah, catfish. I could have sworn, yeah, I missed it too. But they need to do better with this catfish. And I think they recorded a new season. I could have sworn last time I checked, Cammy said they was working on some new episodes and everything. But we'll see. They better do good. All right, Love and Hip Hop Family Reunion. All right, so continue from last week because y'all had his game night, and I'm not gonna go to specifics of the questions that he asked. It didn't really care. I didn't really care about it that much. It was a little fun of the game, but he did invited a special guest, and I'm gonna say this family reunion. It seems like most of the cast is Miami. I said, why did everybody's coming from Miami? It's like, what's up? What's up with that? So the special guest was Suki Hana, Suki with the good coochie, basically. Child, she came through. You know how funny she is, and she recently, I don't know now, but at the end of the episode, she's single at the moment and everything. So she's doing what she's doing as always, being her true self. And so she came through. So Miami team won the game night. Cause they asked some different questions. They asked about people that Mariah Lynn messed with, people that Nicki Baby messed with. They said people that Carly had messed with. I said all these messing with things. How many people Safari dated, and then different other things, questions they had asked. And I was like, okay, whatever. So Spice, it was funny. Spice was unfinished. She said, we lost because she kind of didn't answer no damn questions. It's like she everybody business, but she couldn't answer no questions. It's like, what's up? We lost it like that. What's up? You everybody business. You messy and everything. You always on social media and you know everything going on. But now you couldn't answer no one single questions that kind of asked. That's what we lost. And it was so funny. All right, so they got in this little thing between Shekinah and Lyrica. Like I said, I can't really stand Shekinah. But this whole thing between these two, it's ridiculous. Now more stuff is coming out. So the first thing, Shekinah always been saying that, oh, I supported her music and I support her, and then all of a sudden I got to unfollow. That was a thing. Now she's saying that someone told her that Lyrica stated that she didn't want Shekinah around her because Shekinah will ruin her brand or tarnish her reputation and everything, and she hang out around Shekinah, everything. So she felt type of way about that because you say you don't even know me, but you're saying that I will mess up your music on your brand if you hang around me. So that's what she's on. So Lyrica don't understand where that came from because she said, I don't know, remember Amy saying that, and I know they think I said that. But when she was playing her Instagram thing about the unfollow, she said, to be honest, I don't even remember to unfollow you. And that way, actually, there's been a lot of things going on my pages. Stuff been happening, down, on, all sort of that. And I usually don't want my Instagram. I said, listen, stop having people running your stuff and you don't even know what the hell they posting and what they doing. Because now it reflects on you because nobody gonna know who's running your page. They will think it's only you. So if you got somebody running your stuff, you need to make sure what the hell they running and what they doing. Because even though Shekinah should be not bothered by the unfollow. Because you got too many times in your hand to be bothered by unfollow. I mean, I don't got that much subscribers that she may have, followers that she kind of might have, because she's on a reality TV show, and I'm a regular person. But I ain't gonna be going around trying to figure out who the hell unfollow me. No, I don't got time for that. I got a life to live. So with Lyrica explaining, I said, okay, Lyrica, what's going on? So she don't run her page, something that happened, it could be impossible, or that's like that. But at the end of the day, we don't even know each other. When I'm trying to shake your hand, you gave me this little nasty energy. So I was like, mm-hmm. And I would say, you know what? That's what I'm saying. I don't think she even followed. I felt like she followed her, and she kind of did not follow back. But let me go and say, I don't even know. I don't think I would follow you. But I don't want my page. But at the end of the day, no. I don't think I would go that far to do that. Especially if I ask you to support promote my thing. So I was like, what's going on? So I think her real issue was that somebody told her that, oh, I don't want to be around you because I don't want to mess up your music and everything. So whoever told her that, that's what Chicago is really bad at. About Lyrica staying there, hanging around with me will tarnish your brand. I was like, I don't know, Lyrica. I said, I don't know what music and stuff you've been putting out lately because I don't even know nothing. I know you good as a songwriter and everything else. So continue on that path, but your own music, I don't even know. So what kind of music and brand you could get tarnished if you hang around Shekinah, even though I wouldn't hang out with her. But still, I was like, I checked out that conversation between those two because, you know, Shekinah did start getting loud and everything, and you never could take that because at the end of the day, people saying that Shekinah don't mean, yes, right? She kind of don't mean anything, but she just loud and misunderstood. If you get to understand her, she got a calm heart and everything. But I said, does she always got to scream all the damn time? Because she feel, what does she feel? And she like to overtalk? Because she does like to overtalk and overbear people with her voice. So even though she probably don't mean well, in y'all words, it does come across. And nobody don't know her like that. So she needs to calm down to screaming and over talking someone because she feels some way about something. I said, let her go. Let her go. So, Nikki Plaster Baby and Gunplay talk. She said, I know everybody that was on about like anything. I was like, what's going on? All that questions and Gunplay was asking me and everything. You know, I said everything. I said, I don't know what's going on. Why I was so popular and everything. Because, you know, I'm going to be in. All right? So, so Gunplay called and everything. She said, well, how you doing, Gunplay? What's going on? How you doing? What's happening? You know, and yeah, so what's going on? She said, I don't know, Kayana was asking all these questions about my life like that because it was like make it seem like I was dating everybody. But Ludaface and Safari was only like a little thing. It was a little fling. It was nothing after my shit. It was like 2 or 3 months. And that's it. It was no particular dating. So it made it seem like I was all that and it was not all that. So that was what the baby was saying. And Gunplay was talking and then he mentioned about that he getting his life together and he dating someone. I think he's having a baby on the way, or I don't know if the baby is here yet, but he had a baby on the way. He loves his girlfriend, but he said a lot of his exes and a lot of people that he messed with is coming out of woodworks, is saying things and talking bad and tarnishing, especially Miami Tip. And we got Miami Tip coming next week. I said, damn, another person from Miami? Like, damn, is nobody else around? Chill. So Miami Tip is coming next week. And I said, as soon as he mentioned her, I said they might show her around. So he said that he didn't even mess with Miami Tip like that. He said, yes, he smashed, but it was no relationship. But Miami Tip was in her feelings and something like that. I don't know what she was on, but I guess she got possessive or something like that. And she was just bashing and tarnishing his name and going at the girlfriend and stuff like that. I was like, I don't know what's going on. What's going on with Miami Tip? I don't know what's up with y'all too. I mean, sometimes people do get crazy over the D or whatever it is to a man that they probably want and know they can't have, know the whole truth, but still want to act all crazy about it. So I said, Miami Tip, don't you like both things? So I don't think why you press with Gunplay. Good, move on to somebody else. Move on. So they had a little conversation. It was nice. It was nice, but they worked out and everything. This is the most screen time we got from Nikki Baby, all right? Because she really don't say much. And even though she do say something like one liner or 2 liners, and most of the time she lying to Tierra and she just being scenes. So it's like this the most time we ever get her to talk about things. But she didn't do much talking either. Gunplay was doing most of the talking. But it was a good interaction with those two. And single Sukihana with the good coochie, like she said, she in Jamaica. So she was flirting with the Jamaican guy and everything. He said, oh, what's going on? What's up? How you doing? And everything. And she said she's single right now and she don't blow her. And they kind of upset with Spice because Spice supposed to hook them up with some freaking Jamaican men when they got there. And she haven't fulfilled her promise. I said, ooh, Jazz Spice, you better not say that. So they all go. So they was like really bad. They would say, Spice said she won't hook me up with a man and everything. And then Freaking Jamaica and nothing else. I said, listen, I don't know what's going on. And to be honest, it's only like 5 dudes in this cast of Love and Hip Hop Family Reunion. I said, damn, it's a very unbalanced. Where the locals at? Go to the locals, do something, y'all. Y'all do nothing else? Go find y'all man on your own. So Jen wanna do not Jen. Estelita is hosting a girl spa date day. And then Gunplay gonna host man cave, shooting the pool, and talk about mental health. And meanwhile, in the middle before they start preparing for the spa and the man cave day, Jen wanted to host the 90s prom night because she's mentioning that how her and Fresher, they would get to go to their own proms and everything. Because I guess something happened. Her reason, whatever her reason was, they didn't go to their own high school prom. So they want to have a little prom. But the only thing about it is that Jen is mainly the only one who has a man with her. And everybody else don't have a man. So Spice was like, this is not fair. And it's because you got a man, you can get to go to prom with someone like, we don't got no man like him, what are we going to prom with? So they going to go with each other. Just asking on a female to go to date with them. I said, hey, that's what it is. But that is true. And then I was like, damn, there's not really much money in that freaking cast. Okay. So Gunplay had this little men's thing with, Chaotic, Scrap, MJ, and Fresher. That's it. Those were the only guys there. And I said, damn. So they was talking, and yes, they had a good conversation about mental health because most men don't cater to their mental health as much as they can. Because they do. They want to be so angry and doing all these violent tendencies that they be doing towards the other counterparts and the other people. Like, release that. Stop. And then sometimes they be trained and not to speak on it, not to say what they got to say, not to react, not to be on emotional, like all that stuff that stifle a man's growth. And we got to stop that. We had to let guys to express themselves, let them talk about it, and don't be quick to call them gay or sensitive and man up and all that trigger words that make them want to shut down and everything. When you want them to open up, they don't want to open up because they get criticized, and then they turn into anger, and anger is emotion and all that extra stuff. So I do understand that whole aspect of speaking and letting it be, because you have to be strong, you got to be a provider, you got to be this, you can't tough it up, suck it up, all that stuff. I said that's all that toxic traits that you try to put on the man. That's too much. And men, you got to do better as well. You got to do better as well. Hey, Auntie Mama, how you doing? What's going on? You got to do better as well, men, because it's up to y'all to determine your fate and continue on in the healing process, and not only relying on the other counterparts to help you heal. You got to rely on yourself. Heal for yourself, and then will be damaged and trickling down to your own children and everything else. So mental health was a good topic to discuss, and the one that touched me most was Chaotic, because he is comedian and he does like to joke and everything, but he does say that was a defense mechanism for him to cover up what he really felt inside. And the point that he said he felt hopeless, he felt like nothing is going right for him. At one point, he wanted to give up on life, to the point that he wanted to commit, the S. And he, I don't know if he wanted to do that, but he said he didn't want to live anymore. So, basically, you understand what he's saying. And, he talked about his story that, he mentioned in his own city show, Miami, that he got shot 15 times and everything. And he was just in the Dallas spiral path, to the point that he feel like nothing's going right and he want to give up. And he got choked up and he's emotional a bit. Gunplay gave him little words of encouragement and hugged him out, and then he started tearing and everything. I said, oh my God. And I understand that because, sometimes the most happy or the funny person in the group the comedian, the things who like to harbor home jokes and everything, sometimes they may be sad inside. And it takes that when we want to sit down and get to know them more than the surface level to see how they feel. Yeah. Almost, right? Almost like chaotic, right? It's like that. So I appreciate the talk they had with each other. And everybody was good talk and everything. MJ, to me, I don't know. Because he said like all his issue was when he got with Marla. And I don't feel like that was not the deep issue when you got your Marla. The only thing he said he lost himself. Okay. But your relationship with Marla was not the one that broke you though. I feel like something else happened that before that made you where you are. And then you got to a broken person. So I don't like how he put all his angels on back that it was because of his Marla that he lost himself, that this is that. That could be possible. But I just don't feel like it was that point in his life that was a breaking point that made him change. And I said no. I don't think that was. I think it was something else before that in the past that you don't want to talk about. So I just feel like that was like misplaced target of his brokenness. It wasn't because he was Marla. I was like, okay, that was a troubled time you had, but I don't think that was the pinpoint of your brokenness. I think it was something else. So yeah, that's it. What else was going on? Oh yeah, Jen Amara, Fresher Scrap, and Chaos was talking. And they talk about the girl conflicts and how women handle conflicts and everything. And yeah, sometimes it could be true about sometimes they don't let things go and they hold on grudges and everything. But I say sometimes guys do that too. I mean, yeah, act like you always act like they really let things go and move on with, but sometimes you always still think about it in the back of your head. I think yes, we could maybe like fight 1 minute and be cool the next, but why you do that all the time? That's toxic and stuff as well. So conflict between people, we just gotta do better. And my yeah, women in the dance and this and that and then telenovela talk and they said we gotta understand, we gotta do better, we gotta hold people accountable and everything, and that's that. So they went to the spa thing and they were talking about the 90s spa, the 90s prom, and that's what Spice said when she said about it's not fair. You got a man and nobody else got a man. So how we going to prom and everything? We got no man go. I say you make it the locals. Shit. Yeah, in Jamaica. Do something. So Spice asks KK. Wait, no. I think who asked KK? She kind of asked KK. And figured Spice asked Lyrica. And that's what she kind of said. You is a grimy ass B. I was like, messy ass B. You a messy ass B. And I said, oh, what messy? What happened? What's going on? Share. What was messy about it? And then they try to hash this thing out again. Now Suki was like with the good coochie. She was like, listen, I like Shekinah and we cool and everything, and I'm gonna have her back and everything. We'll go see what's going on and try to get to the bottom of this because she is hurt about something that tarnish her brand, and then Lyrica's hurt because she ain't getting her hand shaked. So let's try to get to the bottom of this. So they had to talk. And Shekinah was trying to be the not Shekinah, Suki was trying to be the mediator between those two, and they was going back and forth, and she said, no, I never said that. I never said that I don't want to be around you because it will tarnish my brand. And I don't even know you. So why would I go my way and say that? And they will never say who the person was that told Shekinah that. So who told Shekinah and everything? Now, meanwhile, Shekinah did apologize to Christy and said she was her fault. She did say that she shouldn't be messy and everything. Christy accept that. It's fine. Now, Nancy, in the middle of this, she had to go. She said, I can't deal with this. I don't know. Nancy said, listen, I got too much going on. I had my head days, but I was arguing and going back and forth with people. I'm old enough. I want to have a good time. So she left. She said, I can't deal with that and everything. I said, I'll go ahead, Nancy. So they were going back and forth, and then she kind of starts talking about Livica's mother. They said, "Your mother's a one-hit wonder. Look who you own. They're gonna get out my face, and you be this and be that." And they going back and forth. I said, "Oh, now you got to talk about her mom." I said, "She kind of." I was a let it go. I said, "Y'all need to stop forcing this between these two because it seemed like it's not going to let go. She's not going to let go of that thing that talk about Livica saying what she said. Livica said, I never said that. You dismiss me and I don't even know you. So you have issue about some things. You're not letting it go. At the end of the day, it's to be continued. That's how the episode ended. And I was so done at that point. I was like, can you have to stop? Like, really? Just stop. Because what's the point? Like, oh my gosh. Mama Jones said, I choose peace because they warned me and crispy last time. Exactly. We having this so much going on. Nancy said, go leave out of here. But I would say, what's the point between Chicana and everything? This is too much. And then you bring her mama in there, and you know that go allow somebody, they go get that person angry. And I know she kind of knew what she was doing by saying that. But you know, she don't give a damn. And then it's going back and forth. I said, the attempt to let them to hash this out is not going to happen unless they got to sit down and have a one-on-one conversation. Now I did forget a part when Livica and Chicana was first going back and forth, and then everybody was upset because like Livica was saying, "It's too many people around." It's like it's too many people. Everybody would start putting the input and everything, and that's how I started getting the argument further. So y'all remember Nancy and Chrissy getting Amber for the team to get on family boot camp. Well, I remember. Definitely remember that. And it was going on. Livica went to talk to, hey Dominique Boo, what's up? Livica went to talk to Jen and to kind of talk to Spice and I think Tierra. And they sat down. And Spice was trying to understand where Shekinah is coming from and everything. And, you know, Shekinah still be going on like, so Spice just kind of threw off. She said, you know what, Sarah, I'm trying to understand you. You over talking to me and everything. And she said, you trying to understand. You're not understanding what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. You're trying to come off with me, coming like me, and you're not understanding how I'm coming from. Then, you know, Shekinah started tearing up and all stuff like that. She said, everybody don't understand, misunderstanding me like a thing. And I'm trying to explain to you exactly what's going on. And you're not saying and all that stuff. And Spice calmed down. She said, you know, now they explain to me, now I understand. And everything. And then she said, and I was like, but I was loving Hip Hop Fam Reunion. So we're going to resume again next week. And, you know, Miami Tip is coming next week. So we said, oh, Lord. And we also got Safari coming soon. So we don't know when he's coming. But, you know, he's coming as well. And that's it. Any last minute thoughts of this episode before we move on to Ultimatum France? All right. Let's move on to next. All right. So the next set of episodes was 4 through 6. I like Love Hip Family more than Love Hip Hop at this point. Yeah, I definitely do. I think I like the Family Reunion more than the actual franchises, the individual franchises. So I guess they're gonna continue with the Family Reunion sitcom. It's just that stop putting too much of people in one city at one time. Like mix them up. And maybe Love and Marriage too. Ooh, not Love and Marriage. Ooh, child. Good thing we got a break from that. They need to cancel Teen Mom Reunion because there's 3 black women on there and 2 of the black girls want to be followers. Because everybody needs the black women. I don't watch Teen Mom, so I don't even get a damn about that show. But because I don't take no interest in watching teens become mothers. That show don't interest me. But okay. But that gang up stuff, I don't like that. Everybody ganging up on one person, I hate that. What's the point of that? That would aggravate me. All right, episode 4 to 6 of Ultimatum France. I'm enjoying it. It's good, I think. You know, I talked about the first 3 episodes 2 weeks ago. Last week we talked about the circle, so that's why I didn't do it last week. So here we go again with the couples. And what I'm going to do is that instead of going through all the notes by one, everything else, I'm going to talk about the couples and what the issues in with them each other and how it plays out with the other people. Because now they're in a 3 weeks process with the other couples swapping. And I already discussed who they swap with, but I ain't going back right now. I'm just going to talk about, based on the interaction with their swapping partners, how it affects their relationship. That's how I'm going to do this review and whatnot. So, Sophion and Lena. I tell you, I don't really care for Lena. Lena's doing the most. If y'all remember, Sophion gave an ultimatum. Oh yeah, I finished the circle. I'm not reviewing the finale. So, it's ready in Discord. We ready to discuss who's the winner is. If you didn't want to see it, we discuss it. But no, I don't think we discussed it. We just made it vague so people who didn't watch it could see it themselves. But yeah, I saw the finale. Yada yada. Congratulations to the winner. The only thing I can say that Chaz looked horrible. That decision he made was dumb, and that's all I'm gonna say. And that's all I'm gonna give it to the circle. It's done. Not forget though. Yeah, I'm done with the circle now. These two. If y'all remember, Sophion gave an ultimatum because he said, marry me and go to the US or else. That's it. So, you know, Lena Wayne want to go to the US because she want to be near her family. And I understand because you want to be close to your family and support network, but you're an adult and you can't use that as a clutch to prevent you from moving forward if you feel like this is the love of your life. I'm saying I'm still on season 1. Oh, you're on season 1, so you gotta catch up. Yeah, this is the 5th season right now. Oh, you got a long way to go. So that was the whole gist of their relationship. It's about he want to go to the US to pursue his music career. But I was like, why do you need to go to the US? Do you need to go to the US to pursue your career? And why you can't do it in France? But maybe you got more opportunities in the US, and that's fine. But why do you need to go? But at the same time, that's his goal. And Nina, you have to understand if you want to go or you don't want to go. But while we sitting here and doing all this the most, you get upset about a lot of things. It was too much. And then for this last couple of episodes, no one time music being US based is best. Yes. And he, to be honest, he sang really well. When the episode when he went to the studio and sang a song, he did sound great. So I don't know what kind of music he want to put out, but I think he would probably have more opportunity in the US instead of being in France, so in Europe. But it's up to Lena. I say, good. It's either you want to go or you don't want to go. But we doing this back and forth is too much. And then you say you don't really want to go to the US to be with him because you know some things, but you don't want to lose him. I say you can't have your cake and eat it too. You got to choose. It's either you go let him go and end this relationship or not. So when she had to sit down with her father, you know her partner that she swapped with was Andre. This is Andre. Lena Andre was swap partners right here. And Andre baby was saying nothing. So she was talking to her father. Her father said, live your life. Go ahead. So she thinking her father and everybody was going to try to stop her. They said, no, you got to do what you got to do. Go ahead. If you feel like U.S. is the one for you, live your life. I'm not holding you back. So basically, her father gave her blessings. His blessings said, do what you got to do. Because then you're adults. And don't use us as the clutch to say you can't move forward if you want to move forward in your relationship. I'm just going to be here. I'm going around. But go. And that's what she needed. So she took that to say, you know what, let me talk to Sophion and see what's going on. Because after 3 weeks, you ain't supposed to really see the person, your original partner, until the next 2 weeks. And she decided to see him when he was, Sophion was a Katrine. And, you know, Sophion and Katrina was together. And they go to the house. She said, can I talk to you for a minute and everything? He said, okay, say that. They sat down. And I do feel like his emotional maturity is not up to par. Now, I don't say he's like very immature, but I feel like, yes, at some point, he does close off his emotions and don't think they do sometimes when he talks to Lena. But I feel like part of that is Lena because she does the most. The reason why Sophion and Roman is because of Lena. How Lena didn't like how Roman and Sophion was together and connecting when they're supposed to mingle with each other to find out who the partner they're going to try to spend the next 3 weeks with. Lena had an issue with that. Out of all the ladies, the only issue she had was with Roman. And I don't know why. Jealous much? I don't know. But she had an issue. So she sat there to talk to Sophion. And so we're going to do in U.S. So how are we going to do this? And she said it was possible. He said he was going to go to U.S. alone at first to scout the area to find what he had to do, and then come and get her, and then come back over there. I said, we're not doing that, Sophion. We're not doing that. First of all, if I'm going to go to another freaking continent, basically, to live, you're not going to scout nothing first and see we're going to live, and then you're going to tell me where we're going to go. No, I'm going with you, and we're going to find out where's comfortable for both of us to live, and that's that. And then you can pursue what you got to pursue. But you go find some place, tell me come over here, and I got to accept that. That's not happening. So I do understand her point and plot with that. But she was upset more because when she was so adamant on not going to the U.S., he took upon himself to invite someone. Now, it was a producer guy that he worked with, Nathan. I said, listen, y'all got this. It's Nathan spelling, but they call it Nathan, right? And Nathan was going to go with him to U.S. to scout the place, see what's, I guess, the music he was into, whatever he needs to do in U.S. And it was going to be a mini vacation and also working as well because Lena was against it. So he had to make plans. And she said, oh my God, you already know, you was already had made plans so you could go here as a vacation and all that stuff, yada, yada, yada. And she was like livid to the point that she was like, you know what? I can't with Sophion because he's not being genuine and honest. And I said, honest for what? Honest for what? I said, girl, you and your feelings for no damn reason. I said, listen, okay, if this not working out, what we doing here between y'all two? Because now you feel like he's not, because he did shut down at some point. He definitely shut down when she was talking to him and everything. And she was upset, elated about him going to U.S. without her. I was like, why you can't express it that, listen, I don't want you to do that alone. I need to go with you. And instead of being upset about it because you knew information that he invited someone and you're trying to get that out of him. Whatever. So at this point, it seemed like Lena and Sophion was like someone broken up. Because she said, I can't move to the U.S. because she felt like it wasn't about moving to the U.S. I think her issue with Sophion itself. She don't trust him. So I was like, okay, so you were willing to go to the U.S., but it's the Sophion they give you pause. But he the one who gave the ultimatum. So if you don't want to do that, girl, let it go. And that's that. So she sat down with her friends. Baby, her friends roasted Sophion left to right, front and back and forth. A to the Z, 1 through 100. Like they read him to filth. Like he is no good, he is this, And it's yada 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 and yada yada. I say y'all just bashing this guy for what? But then she goes tell her friends that she don't want to go US, but she don't want to lose him, and she don't. I was like, so you can't have both ways. Either end it or what? What we doing here? Because you got to answer his ultimatum sooner or later. So if you're going to end, you're going to end it, and let's be done. If you want to end it, let y'all off the show, so we don't have to deal with y'all anymore, and bye. So Sophion, was Katrine, and they went to the studio. Katrine, Sophion, and Roman. And when we get to Roman, I tell y'all see what she looked like. Cause I'm doing about group first. So you in the studio and had a good time, and Roman and Sophion have good chemistry and good connection. Cause that was they really wanted each other in the first place, but they stopped that because due to Lena, and that's that. And afterwards, because Sophion did his little singing, he sounded good. And then Roman sung, and she did a good job. And I was like, "Ooh, that's cute." Because I know she wanted to sing as well. Or let's do some music, whatever she wanted to do. That was a little dream in the past and everything, but she pushed pause on that. So gave her a chance to sing. Then it went out to do bachata dance classes, and Sophion was dancing with Roman. Now it was cool. It wasn't nothing to it. It wasn't even anything with that. They were just dancing, and that's it. It was no freaking kissing. There was no trying to flirt. And yes, they got attracted to each other. They was just dancing. So, but he did dance with Sophion a lot. And that Sophion didn't want to do that. Not Sophion. Roman didn't want to do that first. And she was like, yes, we love a good bachata. Yes. Yeah, we love it. And that's what it was. So they had a good time and everything. And we're gonna talk about Scott and his interaction in a minute, what he was doing. So we stay tuned for that. And it was a good time. So they just sat there, they danced and everything else. And that's it. Now everybody making a big deal about Sophion and Roman dancing with each other and bachata, Lena ain't gonna like this and everything. I said F Lena, because at the end of the day, Lena gotta do what she gotta do. She's so focused on what he's doing. Live the moment. And that's the thing I have with these people. They was all focused on their relationship with the person, yes. But y'all have 2 weeks to get to that point when y'all gotta go back together. After 3 weeks, they gotta go back to the original partner and spend 2 weeks together, and then they make the decision about the ultimatum date. So I was like, gather what you need to gather, learn what you can from the person you swap with, whatever that could help you in your own personal relationship or could help you make your answer, and live the moment. A lot of y'all was not living the moment. And I know some of y'all have built boundaries and stuff like this and yada 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 and craziness. I said, at the end of the day, y'all signed up for the show. And that's another thing I had with put a ring on it when they was creating all these boundaries and not living in the moment. And I said, stop that. That's on the second season. I think the second or third season. They do away with the boundaries. And I just made it more interesting because now you can see how the people move without any restrictions. And yes, you still have to focus on the person that you came with. But at the same time, you also got to understand, you got to come to a decision on your own whether this person you came with is the right person for you. So all these boundaries and worrying about this and this and stuff, cut it out. Because y'all came to the show, all this stuff. If y'all want to be boundaries, y'all just stay off the show and just created that boundary yourself in the real world and leave us alone watching y'all dumbasses. But other than nothing else. Nevertheless, let's move on from that. So I just like live the moment and let's be what it be. And then you gotta deal with your consequences, deal with the consequences when they come up. It is what it is. So, but all that focusing, worry about it, arguing, I would say, listen, do that. I would say long you have sex, but even then, if you decide to do that, you're gonna jump the bridge when we jump the bridge. So what made you go for that? What made you go that far? What made you do this? It's like weed. Yes, it was. So that's how I want to say with all these casts. You have to so focus on worry about the thing and build yourself. This is the point. This is the point of this experiment where you have to find yourself. They so wrapped up in their partners, they losing themselves. So it's like learn from it and do from that. So I didn't take much of that. Apparently, Lena find out. When the girls had their little nights out, they was talking, and we'll get to Mamma in a minute and what she was her interaction and how it never brought up. So when Lena find out that this will happen, because Andre, when they had a guys' night out, Andre found out that Sophion was chummy with Mamma, going to the studio and dancing bachata. So he decided to take upon himself his freaking drowsy, one monotonic kind of dusty behind, go and tell Lena. And why he told her that, now she was pissed and livid. And from there, she said, we are done. I'm done with Sophion. I can't believe it. And then they hit this girl crying about Teo, and she didn't even tell me that she danced. I said, they just danced. Nothing else came from that. So you and your feelings forgot what? It's not because it's his behavior. It's behavior of what he do. He don't recognize his behavior, how he make me feel. I said, if he disregard your feelings and don't care about how you feels, then why are we struggling for this relationship for? Why are we holding on? What are we holding on for, Lena? If he does do all this towards you. So she's just said we are done. To the point that she got upset, when they go out. Yes, she wanted out. But act like you want out. But don't say you out and then try to say you still want him and then this stuff. But based on that, I figured when they got back to reunion, when they go back to the original partner and they explain, she just said, oh, we all done, and she was pissed off again. I said, okay, oh, y'all done, because y'all going back for 2 weeks again. So are we done that we don't see y'all anymore, or what is it? Or you gonna drag this out just to say you officially done at the Ultimatum? I said, we don't got time for that. Leave like the other couple did. Make the decision, we done, we have to continue the experiment and move on. All right, Andre and Sarah, these two. Sarah, Andre the one that gave the ultimatum. Sarah was not fond of marriage and children. And she also don't express herself as much. She really don't. She's not expressive. She don't really share. And she mentioned that how her and Andre relationship has been more surface level. Because she said she went deep and talked to Teo because her and Teo had similar personalities, and she was able to express some things, and she came forward and talk about some things that she didn't really share to Andre. And so, but she felt like Andre is not receptive to her if she does go deeper, because she don't feel like he's taking it in. And I was like, if you look at Andre does look monotonic. If y'all watch this episode, he does look like the same facial expressions, same reactions. He just look like this all the time. Most of the time. And I was like, okay. So I don't understand. And then she said that you and Andre have more surface level talk. Y'all don't need to go deep. I said, how your relationship lasted 2.5 years is surface level? Well, we know the relationship does last because people trying to act like they can go deeper than what it is, but they know that they can't go deeper. And they get upset when somebody called you out. I said, well, you be interacting with this freaking non-deep ass people. So if y'all want to keep a surface level, keep a surface level. But when you get married, you can't keep a surface level. You have to go deep. So what are we doing here between these two? So doing her process with Teo, she is opening up a little bit more and able to express things. So I was like, how come can you really open up to Andre? Is Andre is able to understand that, or he just alters himself and thinking that that's how he wants things? because he wants the man. He wants everything with Salah. That's the girl he wants. But I don't know. So it was this whole thing with Teo and Rahman being Teo Salah being together, and Rahman and Andre had this little issue because Teo, yes, he's a sport coach, whatever he is, he's a coach and everything, and he does a lot of working out. He got a body. We all know that. He was in the pool. He had no shirt on. Most of the time, he do things with no shirt on, which I was like, okay. At the end of the day, he's a grown adult. He's a grown man, and nobody gonna tell someone what they need to wear and when not to wear. So at the end of the day, but Rahman said she had a thing with no, we're gonna leave Rahman and Teo issues at that point. But Sarah was doing things Teo, and some things activities they had no shirt on, like when she waxes armpits, when they went to surfing, and when they was in the bathroom, like putting on clay masks or something like that. They was in the bathroom, mostly with no shirt on. Andre had an issue with that, and also on mine. So why am I so shirt off? And this that. I was like, oh, because most of the activities it didn't deserve any shirt. And yes, he could wear a shirt, but why are y'all angry? What's the point of that? If he's in the house and he don't want to have no shirt on, he don't have to have a shirt on. How is that disrespectful? Granted, yes, they partners and all that sort of yada yada. Like I said, live the moment. I don't give a damn about all that extra stuff. But I was at the end of the day, he's a grown man. You know he likes to wear his shirt off a lot. He's that type of person. Like this one, Marvin the Circle. When I would say, damn, Marvin, put on the shirt. But at the end of the day, whatever. He don't want to have a shirt on. He don't have to have a shirt on. It is what it is. It ain't no big deal. I ain't gonna be pissed off about it. You act like he was walking around his dick out. Like, no. He got muscles. No shirt on. So I brought that up with this conversation because Andre went to the house to pick up the dog. Because I guess Sarah and him has a dog together. Whatever. And he's all in the house, scanning the room and scanning everything else. He said, what's going on here? What y'all be doing here? What's up? And everything. And I said, sit your freaking black ass down. What the hell you all around this house looking at all everything place is criticizing? He was very criticizing and analytical about everything in the house. So you just came over to pick up a dog and zoom and see what's going on in the house? So Teo showed Andre some pictures, and then he looked at some of these pictures and everything, and there was no shirt on some of the things. He said, why you don't got no shirt on? Because I said, he's a grown-ass man. Why do you care? Are you mad? Go back to your house. Like, I was like, if I would tell you, I said, y'all need to mind your effing business. Now, Teo don't give a damn of how they come at him about his no shirt on, because he's like, whatever. I'm grown. It is what it is. But I don't know why y'all feel like y'all could dictate to me what I should and should not do. And like I said, most of the activities they was doing, you don't need to have no shirt on. So if you want to, but it is don't have to. It is what it is. So you coming in criticizing things because you feel some way about it. Because now he's starting getting like, oh my gosh. Savas open up with Teo. They're having a good conversation. And how that leave me? Well, I said, I don't know what the hell gonna leave with you. You need to open up and be emotive more before she can start opening up with you. Because you don't seem like you. And you know what's crazy? When Lena was showing Andre to her father and everything, we barely even noticed he was there. He was dead mute and quiet. I was like, oh, okay. So I was like, I don't know. I said, Andre, you're not, I don't really care for him like that either. Because he just sounds like someone who wants to want how he wants things and don't realize what's going on. I said, change up your face expression sometimes, boy, because you just look dull. And we'll see. Now, Sarah, we do see her open up more and be emotional and be expressive. And I feel like she could be expressive more if she have a partner that she feels like is safe to express. And that's her thing. And I think probably that's one of Andre's issues with Sarah because she doesn't open up. And I said, then try to go deeper. Make her feel comfortable to go deeper. But the way how you act, I don't know about you. Next, Scott and Lindsay. Yeah, where is everybody today? Last week, I had a lot of people listening to the first, I guess. Whatever. Catch a replay, y'all. Scott and Lindsay. I'm glad Lindsay had Richie as a partner. The reason why, because Richie is trying to uplift Lindsay. Uplift her to the point that she could think for herself and encourage herself to be a better person. Because I feel like Lindsay is so wrapped up in Scott to the point that she lives in this bubble land that no matter what he do, wait, how is her name protected? Who, Lindsay? Oh, her name is Lindsay. It's Lindsay in us fame, but it's pronounced Lindsay. Yes. Are we supposed to root for any of these couples or just like one or two? That's what I'm trying to see. It seems like, to be honest, none of these couples should be really be together. To be honest, I mean, the way the issues going on, and then as the further we going on, it seems like to me, y'all just moving, just doing it, just do things. I feel like no couple's really deserving to be stayed together, but we'll see how this goes. That's in my opinion. So, Lindsay, yes, Lindsay. Girl, bye, you Lindsay. Yes, it's Lansay. So you know, like friends, they call it Lindsay. It's like that. So, like Sarah, Sarah. We say Sarah, but her name is Sarah. All right, so it's like. So Scott and Lindsay. So she supposed to uplift herself because she had been cheated on by Scott. Because it was at one point in the storyline when I felt like I said, "Girl, why are you doing all that?" Because I'm gonna say y'all now, and if I get a relationship with whoever my future person, whoever decided to see my video, trying to date me, I'm not that person who won't be running on your phone, trying to check on you every time anything and what's like that. I'm not that type of person. I am a type of person who want to like say how you doing, what's going on, text you, see, call you, and everything like that. If I'm here for you a while, I'll check up on you. That's right. But if you go out to your friends and you this, I said, go ahead and do you. As long as you don't disrespect that relationship, cheat on me, and that's what it is. But if you talk to someone else, so what? You talking. They're trying to change the numbers and do anything extra. Then that's going on. But going out, talking, having a good time, so what? I'm not going through your phone unless you left. Even if you give me the reason, I was like, I would leave the relationship before I even go through all that. If I had to go through all that, checking your phone, checking your bank statements, checking all this, checking all that, I was like, listen, I don't got time for that. My life is too good and too good, beautiful, and I'm too cute to be dealing with all this stress and trying to be all that do with somebody else. I'm trying to go give a damn how I feel and all stuff like that. Like I said, at the end of the day, I'm not that type of jealous person like that. I say all I say to say that I'm not really that much jealous person. As long as you don't respect me, it is what it is. So Lindsay was doing all that. So I said, Lindsay, why are you doing all that, girl? So what are we doing here? If he's out going out and doing whatever, but she doing all that because he have cheated. So I was like, oh, but even though, so that's that. So he trying to encourage her. Richie trying to encourage Lindsay to think for herself and speak up more because she don't say nothing. And mostly it's like Scott is a dominant person. So Scott is more out there and Lindsay is more reserved. But she's in the bubbles. No matter what he does, they will have a good relationship because they've been like they one of the couples that have been together for a while. I think 5.5 years. Whatever. They've been together for a while. So he don't want to get married like that. But she doesn't know his mindset about children. He's very adamant against children as well. And I don't think Lindsay knows that. And the reason why he's adamant against children, he said, oh, they too young, they be wilding, they be wailing, they do all this, the Google Gaga, all that sort of thing. He don't got time for all that. He don't got the patience for all that and everything. I said, oh, Okay, but you know they grow out of that. But I guess what other reasons? Because that's like sound like a surface artificial kind of reason. What more on why you don't want the children? And also, why you don't want to get married? He mentioned about finances. It costs too much. It costs this. Is a. I'll say, okay, you don't need to spend. Why am I thinking like getting married? You got to spend a lot of money. No, you get married, you don't have to spend a lot of money, y'all. Come on. But y'all want this lavish ass wedding for no wedding is a wedding. That's a date. That's not a marriage. That leads into a marriage certificate. But the marriage is the marriage. You don't have to spend that much money. Once you marry, you marry. It is what it is. Doesn't matter how you lived it. How you whatever. That's what it is. So it says a lot of money. Everything. But it's too much. He don't want to do that. He's not ready. I mean, I don't think he said he's ready. He just don't want it. He just don't want it. And he mentioned finance is the reason. But I said, what more? It got to be a deeper reason why you don't want to do that, because you just out there, this that. And now he's questioning, have he lived enough with Lindsay? Meaning, have he run his course? I said, 5.5 years, almost 60 years, and now you realize you might have run your course, or you think being with Lindsay was enough? Now you questioning that you might even live a single all this time. Because you have such a good time with mine. Now you question your whole existence with your whole relationship with Lindsay. Okay, and here she up here looking La La Land. So I don't know. I hopefully in a couple of years he will change his mind. I said, Lindsay, people don't change their mind. We need to stop. People need to stop with this changing someone's mind when their mindset. Now, if they talk and it was like little thing, then maybe some things might be changed. But you don't have to change it. It's just that circumstances might change. But when you talk to someone, pretty sure they are in adult, late 20s, early 30s, most people don't change their mind. And that's the problem people have. They feel like they can change someone's mindset. No. That's why these questions is necessary in the beginning of your dating phase, so you can get yourself into it. But people knowing these things, but yet still feel like they could change someone's mind. No. The only thing that could change someone's mind is the person you're dealing with. Now, if they don't want to change and they're not trying to let up, they're not letting up. 5.5 years that he didn't want to marry you yet, don't get no children and all stuff like that, and you don't even know about the children. Now, the children, he didn't tell her that. But the marriage, he was so adamant about against it. That's what it is. Everybody not meant to be a parent, and you can't force someone to be a parent. So, and the way Hot Scott is, I don't feel like he should be a parent. Live your single life like you want to live your single life. Live alone. So, at the bachata dance class, he was with them at bachata, and Sophia was dancing with Woman. Scott went dancing mostly with this woman's friend, Lori, who's not part of the cast. He was on Lori, he was feeling this girl and everything else. I said, oh. Now, it's one thing you did it with someone who's so you swap partner with, and that's one experience. But it's another thing when you start taking outside people, and that's crossing the line. So I was like, oh, okay. So what we doing here? And it got to the point that he was there with this girl a lot. So they went back to the Ramon place. Now Ramon's sitting there knowing how Lindsay felt. When the girls had the first night out, Ramon broke into Lindsay and mentioned that Scott don't really want children and everything. That kind of upset Lindsay. But Lindsay got affectionate. She said, I know Scott saying no children, but in a couple of years, when we make it together and get married. So that's why I said Lindsay's in this bubble land. That she feel like no matter what Scott do, everything will be okay. And I said, girl, get off of his nutsack. Like, move on. Like, find your independence. And that's why Richie trying to get her to understand, like, find yourself. Because you so wrapped up on him, you losing your whole sense of purpose. So she was hurt about that. Now, they went back to my mom's place. Now, when mom sit there, she said, I know this is crossing the line. He shouldn't be doing all this, but I'm going to sit back and let him be. I said, girl, don't do that. So they was playing spin a bottle. I said, how old were you playing spin a bottle? I can't, it's adult spin a bottle. I can't, whatever, spin a bottle. And one of the dares was to ask Scott to kiss Lori. I said, nah, she not part of the cast. What was kissing her for? Nah, we not doing that. So he was like, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. He said, oh, and then he said, I don't want to invade Lori's space. She said, I don't give a damn. I said, oh, you got no morals, girl. Okay. So they said, oh, no, you can kiss the neck. I said, even then, that's still crossing the line, especially if he had cheated on Lindsay before. You know, when she find out, she gonna be upset. Well, Maine sitting there. If I'm on Maine, I would say, what you doing? Kick my leg up. I said, what you doing? Get back. You're not touching my friend. Get fucking back, bitch. You ain't going over there. What you doing? I'm not gonna be no part of this thing. Now he's a grown man. He gonna decide to do it. Whoever Lori is friends with better watch her. That's exactly right. Said get back. Because I was saying Lori's not part of the cast and she don't give a damn. So I was like, if I'm a man, I'm gonna stop that. Because even though he's a grown man and he gonna make his decisions and he gotta live with his consequences, and he know he messed up, and he know he had to live with consequences, he had to tell Lindsay. He told Richie about it, and he asked Richie not to tell Lindsay. Richie stated to Lindsay, he didn't tell her specific what Scott did, but he said that Scott was living like he was living single. And that kind of hurt Lindsay. And she started crying again. You know, Lindsay was a crier in this group. You know, it's actually like one crier. Is what it is. So she's a crier. That kind of hurt her because, you know, he cheated on her before. And now he's trying to live his best life as being single. And he was doing something that's not supposed to be done. Now, when he told her about this kiss, now they try to tell Scott, you need to let her know easily. You're going to tell her, it's the way how you tell her. Because you're going to break her if you're going to tell her the way you did. Because now you say you kissed the girl. I say you kissed the girl in the neck, but still, you shouldn't be kissing the girl. You should stop that. But the heck of a mom saying they act like she let this happen. Like I said, it's not my mom's responsibility, but at the same time, I would say, no, we're not doing this. Ain't no spinning bottle, ain't no kissing up here. That would just be me. I said, back the hell up, boy. What you doing? I know I say Ramon's name a lot, y'all, because she was like kind of like popular in this freaking group. Here go Ramon and Teo right here. Let's go. Right here. So relationship with these two. Y'all remember, I remember saying that Teo is mostly onto himself. He's very into narcissistic. And he spent a lot of time on himself doing work with everything. And remember last time I talked about that if they do decide to hang out, every night they spend together, he only spend like 3 hours together with her. And even though 3 hours, he mainly on his phone. So he really don't give her attention. He really don't do things that she wants him like to do things as a couple. Go out to eat, do this and like that. And then we do, like he don't really give him much attention. So Sarah and Teo was doing a lot of things that Ramon felt like he should have been doing with her. It's like, how the hell? I've been like with 2 something years with this guy, and he barely want to do anything with me. And then he was Sarah, and in 3 weeks he doing everything. And so that's messed up. And I say, no, well, that's true. Now, how the hell this B get you to open up, and then I'm here, and you don't want to do jack dilly squat with me. So she was in her feelings about that, which I rightfully so. I understand that. So Sarah told Ramon about the waxing the armpits, right? Ramon was pissed. She said, I don't like that. And he had his shirt off, and he walking around and stuff like that, and he waxed his armpits and everything. And we mentioned that there's no touching, no boundaries and stuff like that, and boundaries, and ain't supposed to touch and everything. I said, so the boundaries means no contact. So when people think about the boundary, no contact means no kissing, no having sex, none of that stuff like that, no cuddling in the bed. Not no fucking waxing armpits. Girl, he this guy's armpits waxed. So what the hell you mad for? That's what's on me, y'all. I don't care. Y'all might feel differently. That's on me. I was like, girl, you mad because he had his armpits waxed and then he had his shirt off? That's why I was saying, Andre and Ramon, y'all was so freaking hell bent about him having his shirt off. At the end of the day, you just say he's narcissistic. He always had it, like y'all was in the pool and he had a shirt off then, and you was mad then. Now all of a sudden, he always do what he always do, and now you upset because he got his armpits waxed. But I say, good, you act like Sarah just hopped on a D and did a 360 split. Like, what's going on here? I don't care. I say, y'all, child, I was genuine saying, I don't know where she at. But I'll tell her, she know how I was responding to this thing. I said, girl, calm down. So she was livid about that. That's why I kind of got Andre upset, because he was like, okay, he doing this around Sarah, all that sort of thing. That he come in the house trying to check him about having his shirt on. I said, leave it alone. I said, if you feel some way back, take off your shirt, Andre. Oh, because you got bones under there? Shoot. Yeah. Shoot. I was like, okay, all picks wax. That's like, so what else they did? Did she say she gave him head or something? Like, I understand that. But no, that happened. So she was on her feelings. And then we come to find out, now that Taya's come to find out that Ramon having a good time was, I guess, spend time with Sophion and everything. Now he feel like he misses her. Now everything I'm doing with Sarah, I should do that with Ramon, and I love her and everything. I said, also Taya, do you really miss Ramon? Because it seemed like you didn't miss her when you was interacting and with other people like that. It seemed like you didn't miss her before you got in this thing. You seemed like you was so happy to move on and do what we got to do. You seem like you didn't miss her like that. So are you missing her because you don't have access to her? Or you really do miss her? Because you missing her too much that you texting her freaking 5 o'clock in the morning, seeing what she's doing and all stuff like that. She had a breakdown. She said, hey, he's doing all this, and he be texting me in the morning and say what I'm doing and all stuff like that. And I said, like that. Whatever. So it was like Teo saying that Ramon is very pessimistic and everything else. And I would say, you know what? I feel like she's like that because how he had been treating her for a while. But she does take things to the extreme. Exactly. Now he all of a sudden he missing her now and everything, and he loves her no mind. I said, But yet you act like a deranged, crazed person, being jealous all of a sudden, texting on 5 o'clock in the morning. I said, first of all, you text me 5 o'clock in the morning. That's not no freaking argument hours. That's booty call hours. So if you ain't trying to come and clap this cheeks, I don't know what the hell you texting me for. Yes, I said it. So what are you texting me for? Now at 5 o'clock in the morning trying to have an argument with me, trying to see who the hell I'm being with, what I'm doing, what's going on, why you not answering. I said, boy, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. Get out my freaking phone. Chill, get out my phone with all that freaking mess. Chill, coming at me like that for. So she's up there like he's doing all this. Meanwhile, being Salah, doing all this stuff like that. And Romaine. Now, that's why Lena got upset, because when Romaine was doing her cry and tirade about Ramon hitting her up in the morning and texting her constantly, trying to check up on her, being all jealous, she failed to mention that how she was dancing with Sophie and Sophion. I walking downstairs, like, all I heard was clapping cheeks. Yes. Yeah. So that's all I was like. So that's what Lena was upset about, because she didn't say, oh, she was dancing. I said she only did bachata. That's all. And here go Andre. I don't know what bachata is, but they were dancing. I said bachata's a dance, dumbass. So now you want to go tell Lena, and that Lena is upset. Now Lena go to tell him. Now you know I had you on my Bluetooth when I cook and clean. I know that. Thank you. Yes, so I was like, So now he's up, now he misses her and everything. And now they say Tay is optimistic and she's very pessimistic. No. Sophiana and Scott saying, no, so Scott said, so Maman is very optimistic. She's had fun. She always said that. Now Taya is upset about that because now he's saying, no, that's not how she is. She's very pessimistic. I said, maybe that's how she is because it was you, because you don't do nothing with her. But yes, it isn't. Because all they was doing was this. Spit around. That's all they was doing. So what the hell they was doing that making it seem like it was all freaking death sentence? Boy, get out of my face. So that's that. So when they got back to the reunion thing, that he said he's missing her now. Teo said, well, Mom been like this for a while, be a little jealous. I always been like jealous like 2 or 3 times in this thing, and now all she made it seem like I always do this. I said, I don't care what the hell y'all do. At the end of the day, you spend time with her. You don't say nothing. You on your phone. She don't get no attention. But why we here? And she gave the ultimatum. I said, y'all get it together. Lastly, because this one I'm not couple going to talk about because I talked about last time, they decided to be together anyway, so they left the competition, so they're not there anymore. So Richie and Katrine. Richie, we all know that we find out Richie is very neat freak. He's orderly. Katrine is a mess. Chad, we saw her room that she put there. She had her own room, had all these sneakers and shoes and everything. Her bed is not made. I was like, oh, child, everything is all over the place. I said, how you live in that chaos? So she messy, but she never really lived with a man. So I guess she said she's trying to change to see how she can be with a man, but being with Sophia and everything else like that. So that's that. And most of the time, yeah, I feel like, and also he mentioned that how she doesn't work. And he not against marrying Katrine, but he said if I'm going to marry with someone, I need someone who will pull their weight as well. Like I'm clean and then she messes up, that's kind of upsets him. And then she doesn't work and not doing like what she could, she doing what she applying herself. So I can't get married to someone who's not giving me the answers that I need to give or that stuff like that. And I don't see like Richie is a bad dude. I just feel like he's against marriage with Katrine because I think she gave the ultimatum because he sees something in her that make her feel like he deserved to be marrying her. But I was like, listen, I don't know. You know, it's time because at the end of the day, I do understand the cleanliness. Like I'm not a neat freak, but I like to keep my place clean. Nobody can never come to my house saying my place is dirty. Hell to no. So I don't know what Katrina is doing, but also working and not working either. And I said I'm not taking care of nobody either. We both got to work up here, get some form of income. Now we could delegate how we split the things and household work and everything, but we both got to put some income up in this house. But we'll see what this relationship goes. Because I don't got much to say about Richie and Katrine. It is what it is. She said she changed after this 3 weeks and she want to show him that she could. I said, yeah, you got 2 weeks together and y'all going to be living together for the 2 weeks. So finally, we're going to see how y'all interact with each other. And it's going to ultimate test whether y'all can be together or not. And also get the answers that he needs. And maybe some things that you may want to get from him, Katrine. But yes, that was the Ultimatum France. It's good, y'all. I'm gonna finish up this week, and we're gonna end this so because we got other shows to watch. All right, they see very off, right? These two. Yes, y'all. So that's that. Let's get into any last thoughts about the Ultimatum. If you have not watched it yet, it's good, y'all. I feel like this was better than the American version that we saw. You know, that American version. But it's given. I enjoy it. going off hip hop, and then after this, we're gonna talk about Love and Marriage DC. This is the third episode. Egypt is going on tour with her mom, Pep. So they're going to be going on tour together. Sam going on her, aka My Legacy. Exactly, my legacy. My legacy this, my legacy that. This legacy this, this legacy that. I said, y'all didn't stop saying that word. So they're going on a tour. She excited and everything. And, Sam talked to her and said, go ahead, you got to do what you do. We work so hard for this. I mean, all these years we've been together, working together. It's finding your time, all that stuff. I said, well, she's acting like she was going on tour. It's like she was singing a whole little set. She only sang one song called Boss. And do really give him and boss, and boss. I said, girl. The only thing about the song, like when she did this performance, yes, she did good a job. And the rapping part of the song seemed like she did a better job when she was rapping than more than she was singing the song. So I said, okay, girl, maybe rapping, a little rap, it might be your thing. But the sing rap is fine. But, boss. So he said he confident he going to beat his court case. It's not going to be much. She just sat down. She just sat down for me, right? Yeah, so he said not to worry too much when you're on stage. Don't do too much. You got to take care of yourself and everything. And all stuff. She's pregnant. And that's that. I said, okay, don't do too much and keep it down. Pepper was giving her tips of what you do on stage and everything else. And, she's pregnant and stuff like that. But Pepper said, I did it twice. I did it with you and I did it with Time Man. So you got to make it suck it up. This is part of the game. This is what you want. And it's what it is. So then he decided he wanted to do some food truck. I said, food truck with who? And then he said, Ma. I said, Pepper having a food truck? I don't know how to talk about it, but if she is, I guess she will work with her. Work with her to do a food truck. I said, oh, everybody want to do a food truck. What kind of, hope you're not selling that gourmet dog food like Wanda's doing. Child. So Eric and JoJo is in the studio. And JoJo's doing some music about his life. And I said, okay. His little piece that he sung, that little part that Lazy came in and heard, it was nice. It did sound good. Now, I don't know what Eric E was doing, what the hell he was spitting, but it is what it is. And they sat down there talking, and he also about his legacy and what's like that, and how, we both from people in the industry, and we gotta make them proud and do more and stuff like that. Yada yada yada. So JoJo is great in the back front. He liked the background scene and stuff like that. But now he always think about the inclination in the back of his mind. Can he do more? Can he be in the forefront? I said, listen, not everybody meant to be in the forefront. You got to have that it factor. Some people are best behind the scenes. So if you're making your money and moolah from behind the scenes, keep it at it. But if you want to be in the forefront, I guess it is what it is. So Lazy came through, and Lazy listened to the thing. He said he enjoyed it. He liked it. And that's what Lazy told him about this event that he's him and Tresh is trying to plan together, or mostly him, of having legacy. We've been 50 years in this industry, doing what we had to do, all that stuff in hip hop, and then we gotta pass it down the torch to the people to carry on the legacy, like he keeps saying. And that's what you do. For Run DMC, for NWA, for all these other things and all that stuff. Sequoia could come and sing. He didn't ask Sequoia yet because Sequoia could sing. And I said, what's going on? Now, Easy was like, he said, I thought Sequoia knew. And he said, no. Like, Lazy understands Sequoia in this point that he said, you know what? I think she felt upset because we haven't had to sit down and we haven't talked to her. So I need to sit down and talk to her about what's going on because she just felt like we sneaking behind her back, doing things behind her back. And and she doesn't know. She finds out through other people, but doesn't know. But I'm gonna say Sequoia needs to calm down. We're gonna get to that in a minute when we get to that last part, because she was doing way too much. And I said, girl, I thought you wanted one thing, but it seemed like you had more alternative motives. Why the hell you don't want them together? But I guess what it is. So, yes, he does mentor Sequoia and everything. So I do understand the aspect of the Mr. Vixen of Pleasure, because her mom is the manager and then he's the mentor. So if something goes sour, she may feel like it may damage the relationship, it may damage the business relationship between those two, which I understand that. But girl, we get that in a minute. So, but at least they had should have a conversation, not hiding it. That's the only issue I had. You shouldn't just hide it, just be open front. Because at the end of the day, y'all grown adults. Now, I do know that, yes, she's still separated from JoJo. And they didn't get divorced yet. So it's like she left and she's doing her. And the mom, Tiny, is being happy at this moment. But they need to have a sit down and talk to Sequoia. And that's what Laser said he needs to do. Because he realized that they shouldn't be sneaking around. And probably would have made it easier for the transitioning of the relationship. But this could explain the weird flirty tension last season. Child, exactly. So each of a pep talk, and they rehearsing for the tour, and she's nervous, but they realized that a part of the song when she was rehearsing had the gun clip. I said, "Oh, child, I ain't gonna put that in." So they had to talk to Sam, and he said, "Listen, I did the version that you wanted, the version they told me to cut out, and I edited everything else." But I think he said he sent the wrong version. That one that they had the clip, he sent the one with the clip on it. So I guess they had to fix that. So he sent the right version, but now they gotta try and see how we can get the gun clip off at the end. They didn't want nobody triggered. And so the guys who was doing music, he said, "You know what, I could just edit a little editing, because that's the only part you want out, right? So we just do like that." I said, you lucky, because some people don't do that, and you gotta have your music ready. So Eric and JoJo was at a casino. Eric was at a casino, and you could seem like everybody know him by name and stuff like that. So the fact that he goes to the casino and gamble most of every day. So you say you need time away, and you need to de-stress. What should I say? Everybody needs time away to de-stress from family life and kids life and everything else like that. I understand that. But this is every day. So you need that much stress and de-stressing? What the hell's going on here? You don't want to be home? It seems like he doesn't. So I guess. So he want to be home. So JoJo's there. And he said, how you been here? He said, everybody know you. The freaking waitress know you. The hostess know you. Everybody know. Oh, yes, Eric, yeah, he's cool. He's good. I said, oh, no, not by name. So he did. They was gambling and talk about things. And JoJo gonna mention how the issue between the managers is Tanice's father. Tanice's father have an issue with me, and I'm trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Like, I'm taking care of the household. I'm taking care of your daughter. The grandkids are well. So why is it that you have a beef with me? What is the issue? And he don't know. So Eric said, "Oh, gambler is like someone who's playing video games." I said, "No, it's hell not. Don't even try to play us like that. Ain't no diction going on here. I'm not losing no money. We not betting nothing around here. So don't do that. Don't do that at all." Mm-mm. Oh, hold on. Yeah, so we're gonna see. I hope we get to sit down between JoJo and the father, and we'll see if any resolution comes from that. If not, it is what it is. Because that father was on one anyway, so I don't think we're gonna see him again because he was doing the most for no apparent reason. And I do believe he did say that about his grandchild. That not his grandchild. So whatever. You didn't want to answer that damn question. So get out of here. And He said, what was that? What's that? They know him. Aaliyah and Debo has. Oh yeah, that dad is goofy. He definitely is. I can't. That dad is definitely is. Aaliyah Debo. Exactly. Exactly. Like, come on now. You don't know him to be no cheater. You don't know him to be no freaking person out there. You don't even know your daughter be out there like that. So why do you assume that a grandchild is not Charles? Or because it's JoJo's? Like, you claim the first one and that's his as well. So why you not claim the second one? Don't make any sense. So Leah Dabo has a problem of him going out gambling like this and everything and not answer the phone calls, all that stuff. I said, you better answer Debo. She don't play like that. Now, she wasn't as messy like she was last week. She was calm. But listen, I was on Debo's side this episode because I don't know what the hell Epic was on. But boy, I'm trying to figure out. Say that's my grandchild. How's that not your grandchild? You know your daughter birthed those kids. So that's theirs. That's hers. No matter what. The fact that you gonna claim that that's not your grandchild, I said, girl, boy, bye. Act like a little freaking kid last week. Act like a child, like Denise was the freaking parent and you was a child. I said, yeah, that's what I'm saying. What money is that he got getting all the damn time, making all this thing like you so busy, you doing so much in that little tiny apartment. It ain't look big to me. They don't show that freaking kitchen scene and that freaking living room. That look like that. I said if y'all panned up too close, or y'all should have backed up to see how big that space is, because it ain't look like that big. I said, what money do that? I agree. What money do you have every day? You feel like you got to gamble every damn day. So Sequoia was on the phone with her dad, JoJo. And, JoJo he don't look that bad and everything, but, he's suffering with diabetes and everything. And he got to try to get his health together. He's not too far off. He's not too bad. She said he's cutting back to good. He's getting himself and everything, but she's just worried about him. And they talk about the separation, and he said it's not easy and everything. It's hurt, but life gotta move on and stuff like that. And at the end of the day, he loved his daughter, love each other. They were reminiscing about old pictures and stuff like that. And JoJo knew about Tiny dating Lazy or moving on from her. Sequoia was probably the last person to know, but at the end of the day, he just said it sucks, it's sad, but it is what it is. And I was like, Sequoia, you understand? Your mom did with your father for 20 years, and most of the time in the years, he put her through the ringer. We don't know JoJo upbringing. I mean, I don't know that much deeply, but I do know he was heavy on a lot of stuff, substance abuse and alcohol abuse and abusing alcohol and all stuff like that. So dealing with someone who's gone through all that is taxing on a person. And been with him for 20 years to deal with that, has started on music and stuff like that. It's tough on a person. So you have to let your mother understand that she went through 20 years of dealing with your father. And now he calmed down, but you have to understand Sequoia. So I don't know. Maybe Sequoia don't act like she don't know what's going on and how they broke up. Because it's somewhere, shape, or form, she still want her parents together. But I would say your mom is grown up enough, like she can't deal with it anymore. So you gotta let that be. Your mom is a grown woman, Sequoia. She said this doesn't feel like her. It's a whole new her. It's everything. I said the only thing about it is that she didn't tell you. But what difference does she have? Like, what was the difference? The difference that she's free and she chooses herself and not just staying behind a man. They probably broke up to make up several times before. They probably have. In this in and out thing, in and out. So if I was not stable in that things, but I felt like going through someone who what JoJo put through, I was like, I don't know how anybody would handle that. Child, ain't much love in the world to keep dealing with that for 20 plus years. 2 decades. Mm-mm. But yeah, but at the same time, you know, she loved him enough to stick around. It probably was an in and off relationship. So I just feel like JoJo, he's in his mindset that he's not gonna be pissed off about things. He's just gonna live his life as much as he can and build good memories. And that's what he needs to do. Say her mom is a whole new her, just not like her. She's as well. That's what it is. Hey pretty boo, where you been? How you doing, hun? So I already talked about the gun side clicking off. So they perform. Like, isn't this me? Or that figure was a vanilla bunch in the figure crowd. I said, who the hell y'all performing to? Because I don't understand who these people love y'all music that much, or it was a figure paid people. Because I was like, I was a bunch of vanilla. It was no chocolate bar around that area. So I said, what the hell y'all was at and performing, and why all these people, especially people close to the stage? I was like, first of all, do they even know? They probably, I don't know. Let me stop. Because I was looking at that, I was like, oh okay. I guess it was popping. Because you know, white people, they lose alcohol in their system, they turned up. That is true. You know what? You know what? It is true. They do support you more than your own people support you. Cause they love the good turn, that good shade, everything. They're part of us. No, they can't say everything. But yeah, it was a lot of white people in that vanilla people in that audience. And I said, oh. And it was like, hey. I said, listen, they got the money. So they got the money, you get the money in your pockets, it is what it is. It doesn't matter who the crowd is, as long as they get hype. So Aaliyah Debo and Eric came to pick up the kids from the school. And then he had a meeting on the phone. And I don't know why he just didn't have no earphones on his thing while the kids was going back and forth, especially the son, like, yeah, making all this noise. And he said, Eric, Julia, calm down. Everything. And they go back and forth. He drove home. I said, first of all, you got the phone in your hand, driving. You could have got an accident, but whatever. He got home. Leah Debo was there. Got in the house. There's another kid that was on the couch. And they was talking. She said, what's going on? Like, first of all, talk about driving one of them to the party. She said, you go driving the party? He said, I'm not driving the party. I said, what the hell? You can't drive to the party. What was going on here? Now, granted, the kids is there, and they're going back and forth. Now, that wasn't yelling at each other, but the fact that they're going back and forth with each other in a disagreement in front of the children, y'all could tell the children to go upstairs somewhere. But no, they were going back and forth. And I said, why the hell not? You couldn't drive. You drove from the school, so why you couldn't drive her to the party? And I understand Leah Debo. It's like, if I'm in the house most of the time, when you barely there, she said her problem is not with him not being a good dad, because she feel like he does support the children, those we got can. But she's how Papa said he barely even home. And I had to tweak with it. And I say, you know what? That is true. It's like, you can't dictate, and you can't do those little things. You barely even home, and you can't do that one little thing of taking her to the party. You had the car, driving, I'm gonna be in the house, dealing with everything else. Take the girl to the party. So he didn't want to do that. That was an issue. Then she said, we're gonna eat. You know what? You can help make food. If I make spaghetti, she said, oh, you have spaghetti. That's Eric's favorite. That's the father's favorite. And he could help make that. He didn't want to do that. He said, I got too much stuff to do. I can't do this. It's like that. So now she gotta take the kids to the party and cook. You could have took the girl to the party, and I want to make this food. Something like that. But no, you didn't want to do nothing. So I said, child, Leo. And she was calm. Now, I don't know, she probably should have had a liquid coverage and come after him a little bit more. but he just did what he wanted to do and act like she was bothering him. I said, bitch, you go in home and act like I'm bothering you. I was like, I don't even like Leah like that, but I feel for her a little bit. I said, I don't know what the hell he was doing, but he was on one. I said, sit your freaking. That would aggravate me. That would agitate me. If I'm in a house all the time, dealing with all the thing, and you come home, barely want to be home, and then you try to dictate things. Oh, when we get to Love and Marriage DC, we're gonna have a lot of things to say about Quick and his little freaking dictation and how he feel about things. We're gonna talk about that in a minute. But I don't like that. Lastly, Tiny Sequoia. So Sequoia went to the house, and Tiny opened the door. Sequoia walked in, and they say no hi, mom, no nothing. She come in on one. I said, "Good, scoot back. Don't come in the house with all rah-rah like that. Like, what the hell? You coming to walking in the house like you freaking like I fucked your man 50 damn times. Like you just walked in the house like that. It's like." So the mom said, "Dang, you just don't want." She said, "Let's get down to talk. We gotta talk. We gotta sit down. Let's get down and talk. Let's get to business. No hi, no how you doing. This okay, Sequoia. I see what you want. That's what I said, Sequoia. Calm the hell down, because you came on 10. Calm down, girl. After the day, ain't even that big of a deal." But she sat down. She said, "What's going on? What's going on? I have to find out everything else on the social media thing. You didn't want to talk to me, everything. You answer your phone calls and stuff like that. What's going on?" She said, "Okay, so at 2 years ago, I left. I had to find myself. As soon as 2 years I left, I grew fond of Lazy. And me and Lazy had been kicking it since." Like that. And she said, "Oh, so you doing all this and like that with Lazy and everything, but you haven't been around like that." She said, "I still do what I have to do. I still your manager." She said, "No, I need to find me new management, because I only need to find new management because it's like this is busy. It is crazy that you doing all this like they lazy and you not be a management around." She said, "Also, if you feel unhappy about my management, then fine, Sequoia, just get find new management. It is what it is, and I just be your mom and that's it." So Sequoia want to get new management. So Tanya said, "Okay, I guess I've been doing things for you," but she said, "You haven't been doing nothing. You haven't been doing nothing." I said, "I don't know who the truth is, but I felt like, listen, your issue is not your mom being management. Your issue is your mom is dating Lazy, and that's your issue is. But you want to take about everything else." I said, "Guess." I said, "Tiny, it's your blessings. Don't have to be her management in the morning. She could find someone else to be in management. It is what it is." That's that. And then mentioned about Lazy, said, "What's your power on Lazy?" Everything. He said, "He's my mentor," and everything. I said, "He was your mentor." That's crazy, because I said, one thing I do understand is like, yes, if things go sour, she may feel like he may take it out on her. That's what Lazy mentioned saying as well. He feel like if things get sour, he feel like it might ruin the relationship with me and Sequoia. It might ruin the mentee and mentor relationship, or that's like that. So I understand that part. But then she took it further and said like that, "I didn't want my mom dating no rapper." I said, "Oh, so that's the issue?" And so, first of all, your mom is a grown woman. She birthed you out her twat. So I don't know what the hell you gonna try to tell her what she need to do. Just like when you become adults, your parents can do so much to tell you what you do in your own house and everything. But at the same time, they say your parents, you gotta say respect, but they respect you too. But at the same time, it's like she grown. She did 20 years with your father. She didn't do a lot. Let her do what she had to do. And I think the only thing I fought her about is she should have told you. But at the same time, it seemed like it didn't even like it wasn't about the telling you. It's about that you have an issue about her being with rappers. She said, "You know how the rappers gonna be. They just dog you out and this and this and that and this and this and that and all that's like that. So I could never be no that." But I said, "Well, you was twerking your behind, or not twerking, but you was all on Twitch. Little Wayne Reject, you know that Twister. So you was on her Twister. That's the name." Yeah, I just Twister. You was all on him the other thing. But now you got issue with rappers. But I was like, he said, "Oh no, he's a great guy, but I don't think he's good for no. He's a great guy, but not no rapper. You know what the rappers are?" I said, "So he's a great guy, but you still don't want her to be my rappers. Like, what's up with that? And everything. She said, no, it would never be me. And every say, you said, you have a kid and everything. So how you gonna feel like that? Oh, what's your daughter? She said, oh, well, I'll never be like you. She said, then you have to be like me. It is what it is. I was like, Little Twist, that's his name, right? I so used to call him Little Ray Reject. I keep forgetting his name. Little Twist. It's like that. Yeah, I would say, okay, so you don't want to be like your mom, that's fine, but why are you so visual about rappers? And then lazy itself. It's not like any rapper, it's lazy. So if you feel like you think he's a bad reputation, you think he's out there, you think he's gonna destroy your mom? Yes. And I do get it. Rappers are unfaithful. It is a family. But I was like, well, what's a visual against lazy though? Did he do something? Did he have a reputation of dogging women out? I don't know his life. Maybe y'all probably know. I don't know. Because I don't even hear about bone dogs like that anyway. But my thing is, like, you generalize everyone in the whole one big rapper category and judge your mom because she dated a rapper. And that's not right. And the fact you was coming down on her with the intensity that you was coming on, calling her, telling her this, that, you ain't supposed to be right, you would be a little risky, you doing all this like that, and I don't want you dating a rapper, and I don't got time for this and everything, going outside, you know what, take this mic off of me, because I'm done with this, and everything. And the mom said, you gonna regret talk to me like that. And the mom was calling me, I said, listen, maybe Tiny got a lot of patience, because I don't ain't know the parent that I know when we dealing with that little mouth that she was giving her. Child, she probably got back smacked real quick. But I said to Koya, I was like, so I said last week, your whole issue was not that you didn't know. Your whole issue was that she's dating a rapper. And it is like messy, not and lazy at that. You couldn't find she said you couldn't find anybody else. Why I gotta be lazy? Everything. So is your connection with lazy that's the reason, like, but other than that, at the end of the day, I feel like Sequoia, you were doing way too much and you should have calmed down, girl. It wasn't that deep. It's not that serious. Your mom is grown. She doing what she wants. Yes, they shouldn't be sneaking around and it could have been left front. But even though now you know the truth, you have an issue not because you know the truth. You have the issue about the person that she's dating. And what is I was like, listen. I say, you moving risky. Now I want to be your risky. And then her mom, Tiny, was crying a little bit because it's Sequoia. I said, oh, Sequoia, girl. And Tiny did tell Sequoia that Joja knew about it. She said, I'm the last to know. And everything like that. And I was like, oh, you said, well, we talked about it. I said, oh. So what y'all take on that? Do y'all feel like Sequoia was in the right? Or she was doing too much? Because I feel like she was doing way too much. All right, y'all. Hold on. Let me go to the bathroom. Then we're going to do Love and Marriage DC. Hey, Jadolf, how you doing? She was doing the most, and they should have told. Yeah, I think they should have told her earlier. But she was doing the most. And I feel like I was like, okay, now you know, but the issue is not so much that you didn't know. Now the issue is that it's lazy and everything. Maybe it's because of the close relationship she has with both of them, so she feel like it's gonna go sour. But and I think she really want her parents to be back together. That's her major issue as well. I think she want her parents to be back together, but it's not gonna happen. Because she said, "You're not even divorced yet, Ma. You still separated." I said, "Well, they're separated." So how long they been separated? All right, so 1:59, 15. All right, y'all. Let's get to Love and Marriage DC. Now, if y'all don't know the people, these two ladies yet, we haven't introduced them yet, so I won't say their names until I know exactly who they are. I think one name is Sherelle and another person name is somebody, but I don't know the other person's name. Ashley Friend, one of them is Ashley Friend. Another person is Cool with Winter and the producer, wife, a wife of producer that Winter knows and everything, but Ashley does know her and everything. So a lot of these ladies know each other. So it's like the genuine relationship, authenticity of the friendship and everything. We'll see how it goes. But so until they get introduced correctly, I figured out who was which. But this is Elena. I like the dress. The dress was nice on Elena. That was nice. Ashley, that's Ashley. I don't know what's up with Ashley's dresses. I'm sorry, y'all, but Ashley looks sometimes is okay. It's a hit and miss. Sometimes she look okay. Sometimes she doesn't. And this suit right here that she has on, this suit, not the dress she has, it doesn't look right. Maybe it's the hairstyle. Maybe something. It just don't look right. Winter slaying. Winter baby, she slayed. I love Winter. That's good. Next is Joy. If y'all watch Ready to Love, that's Joy. I said, oh, Joy crossed over. Okay. Joy did okay this first episode. We'll see how it goes. It seems like she gonna hold her own. But that's that. The premiere episode was good, y'all. I enjoyed it. It was a couple of things that discussed. They all came and show out. We didn't get Winter this episode, but I think Winter coming back next week. And what we did is introduce Joy. It's funny that Joy got introduced before Winter was, and Winter was from the first season. But Winter got to come back and make a splash. But other than that, it was a good first episode, y'all. So they started off talking about the flashback of the season about Monique and Chris. I said, listen, y'all said Monique name too many times this episode for her not to be in the season. I said, is she gonna make an appearance or not? Because based on her, she said she ain't show up. So maybe she probably filmed the scene or something like that. But the way how y'all talk about Monique this episode is like, damn, is she gonna make an appearance? Like we ain't get to see her yet. Because I was like, oh, y'all talked about it a lot. The first segment of the first a quarter of the episode was about Monique and Chris, about the rumor about they might get divorced, all that stuff about the People magazine that came out. And remember, we all talked about that before, how People magazine is a legitimate source. But I would say, why would they put out? Because usually they verify and fact check this before they put it out there. And they come to find out Monique saying, no, that's not true. That's not happening. We're not getting divorced and everything, and not available. I said, so what happened? Who put it out there? And people's sources not an unreliable thing. So why would they put something out there prematurely if that's not true? I said that, and I was like, oh, that's crazy. But sometimes Monique like to do stunts of shows. So we're going to. At this point, everybody's saying that they are living separately. They're not divorced. They're living separately right now, and that's what it is. So Ashley and Elena was talking about it. Jamie and Quick was talking about it. People had yet to retract it. I don't know. That's what I was saying, because I was saying, why they would put it out there if it's not true? So I was like, because I was like, People magazine would never make that mistake like that. That's what I was saying. I was kind of stunned. I was like, okay, if this is not true, why they put it out there? But according to the cast, they had interaction with Monique and Chris, and they're not living together right now. So I guess they separated in two different places until the time being. So Quick did his little podcast or video show. The lady brought it up, and then he was like, I didn't know because I haven't even talked to him like that, and why they would bring this up like this. And so, so he gave like a little genetic answer. Like, he's like, people go through things like that. Doesn't mean they will go through divorce. That's that. So meanwhile, Jamie was out there and he talked to Jamie and they talked about it. He said, I didn't even know that. Why I need to find out this way? And I said, I don't know. And later, as she was talking, they said that and they talked about it. I said, damn. I said, Carlos, I'm like, Duca is not on the show anymore. Why are we talking about this? But I guess she was part of the day and they know her. This is in DC area. That's hot topic. So, you know, gossip happens. And this is like reality. You do talk about gossip. So I guess that's what it is. So as she said, her vein of friendship is a friend, not a D, friendship. Not a friendship, friendship. Not a D, because she's not getting no D for me and she's not getting no D for Quick. I said, I don't know why. Oh, she's not? You know why you talk about he got a BD? Maybe she wanted to try it. Stop, let me stop. Oh, they were filming and she told them about the separation. Yeah, I thought, yeah. I do believe she did was filming something like that. That's why I say, is she going to make an appearance or not? Because they will talk about her a lot. So maybe she will show up later this season. And so she's not getting no D from us, from me and my husband. So it's a FRIEN ship. I said, okay, really? All right, Ashley. Okay, Ashley. So, so Ashley said, Quick is went back to his old ways. I said, I don't think he left. But remember Ashley first season was her home issue with Quick was that he always working and he's not taking the time for his family and is always work. Yeah, he always working. And she said he stopped for a couple of months and trying to focus on his family, and then he went back to his workaholic status. So she said, you know what? I'm tired of arguing with it. I'll just go let it be. He's busy, I'm busy, and it's going to be what it is. You know, I say, you know what, Ashley? I kind of agree. Because if you express your feelings and that person still don't want to change or at least make an effort, there ain't no sense arguing about it. Long as he's not out there singing and dinging and he paying his bills because he want to work a lot, you paying his bills. But it is stress on her, so they were everything in the household when he's not barely around. But he want to dictate things when he come home. We're gonna talk about that in a minute. But always out. So she said, ain't no sense arguing about it. I said, you know what? Ain't no sense arguing about it either. Let it be. Long as he take care of the household, long as he run that pockets. You want to work a lot, run the pockets. I got things to go. I got to do this. I got to get the kids for trips. I got to do this and then I get. 50% of those are being done. Exactly. So I was like, Shell, let's do it. So Ashley gonna have her used to be living nanny, Angela, come back to stay with them. And I said, oh, you got a nice big house to have Angela stay. But she said she used to be a living nanny, so I guess they had to move her because they needed help. Quick is barely not there, and she needed support for the kids and everything. But this time she's not being a nanny; she's being an assistant because you know Ashley's starting to do big with her book and everything, and other podcasts and other things that she's doing. So now she's going to need more help on the business aspects, and not so much being a nanny or babysitter because you know the kids are getting older. Antonio's like 14, 15 years old, so he's a teenager. You know, most teenagers don't need to be babysitted. It's like that. So they doing their own world. No, they be safe. Also like that. So, and I think the daughter is like close to, I don't know, 10 years old, close to teenager herself. So they mentioned the daughter, but I think she's like up to that age. So that was that. And I was like, okay. So as she was saying, and I do agree, I was like, Jamie will talk about his son, little Jamie. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. And she would know what is little Jamie's issue with his parents actually is. Because I'm trying to figure it out too. Now we all speculating, but he not really saying much. Now I do feel like I could see little Jamie's face. It seemed like that boy is depressed. He looked like something's going on internally with him. Instead of trying to look into it, they go about reacting on how he talks about things. Because sometimes the kids react to things, or young adults react to things. It's more of a internal struggle. Now, yes, he's adults, and he does bear responsibility of his actions. So I'm not knocking Jamie, and little Jamie's not off the hook. But at some point, I do feel like the product of how he became is because his parents. It is what it is, especially little Jamie, and the hurt that he felt at the end of the episode, and the sadness he come from, all that stuff. I do understand little Jamie, but little Jamie, you do need to get the life together. To be honest, you do. But Jamie, you come across like you dictatorship, and that's the issue. Now, until we find out exactly the deep issues and the real reason why he just like his parents, I guess we just go to dance around and try to make our own form of opinions based on what we're seeing. So Jamie mentioned that he's retired from police. Now, Quick said, I've been knowing you for all this time, and I did not know you was a police officer. I said, then how much are y'all friends? How in the hell you did not know he police? Now, he said Jamie did say he don't talk about it. But I was saying, how will you not know he's a police force all this time? But I guess that's something. He was a Secret Service or something. I don't know. So they're having an all-black going away party for Jason. You know, yes, it does seem like that. But I'm trying to figure out why he does hate them so much, especially his father. Like, he don't get that slack to his mom like much, but his father, child, undercover. Yeah, he was undercover police officer, right? Or like he was doing something. Yeah, that probably could be the reason why they probably don't know, because he probably not outward. He probably like the undercover cops, like that, hiding in plain sight. So well, okay. I'm about to say something. What was that? Oh yeah, he said little Jamie's Mike speaking to him, and he gave us his scenario. One day, little Jamie got a speeding ticket. He got a ticket. And no, before I explain that, before I explain it, I wonder if his job, dad's job, has something to do with it. That's what I want to see. Maybe because the way probably how he come off, or how he trained to do, how he trained to handle things, maybe come off course as being harsh and not going like having motive experience with just children, stuff like that. He mentioned that how at one point it was cool. He was trying to get his son a job. He said the job was a sure thing. When someone tells you a job is a sure thing, that means you automatically have that job. So when he went to the thing, they went to the background check. They denied him because of the background check. But I would say, I don't understand how you know your son has a background and has some trouble in the past. So if you said the job was a sure thing, how sure was it? And it seemed like it was sure. Did he have a talk with the people first to actually decide, okay, yes, we know he had a background and everything. Can we get him a job, something like that? But so when that failed, I think he felt like I did little Jamie feel something way about that. So he felt hopeless. He said, now I can't get this job. And I think, I don't know, maybe because of the job that his father probably wanted him to have, and he didn't want to do the job. Whatever it was just because the background check failed. But I would say it can't be a sure thing if they deny him because of the background check. So you didn't go through all that process before actually telling him it's a sure thing that he would go get this job. Whatever. Something like that ain't clean, because I don't say like that. It was crazy. So that fell off. So he's not working at the moment. So he got a speeding ticket. And I guess when they found the ticket, little Jamie asked his father, Big Jamie, can you pay for it? Can you help me out pay for it? Then they were trying to say, like, I didn't drive the car and everything. You should be responsible for it. But I'll say, yes, I don't understand that. Yes, he should be responsible for paying his own bills and everything. But y'all know he don't have no job and everything. And I'm not saying that they have to pay for it. But to keep that argument simple, you could have paid for it and tell them to pay you back or something like that. I don't know. It is what it is. Not saying they had to do it. Not saying they had to bail him out. Not saying he had to be a spoiled. He had to be entitled to get paid. Because according to him, it felt like he was entitled. Then they had to pay for it. It was a little speeding ticket. So what? You do all this other stuff for me. Now all of a sudden, it's an issue of paying this ticket. And he said, I was giving you $100 every week. I said, oh, so what you want to do with $100? You could pay your ticket with $100 every week for 10 months. You didn't save the money up. And also, so it was all back and forth. And then, so little Jamie texts his father and say, you know what, y'all don't never do anything for me anyway. So my girl be doing things for me. I said, oh, child, that pissed up the parents. Because what you mean we don't do things for you? And I kind of like, he lashed out and then realized that he said that. But at the end of the day, I feel like at this moment, he feel like at this present time, he don't think about the past. He think about the present time. His girl has been the one who's been there for him and doing things. But I said, it's 2060, so you got to figure your life out. Now, JB mentioned about some security, and he don't want to do security. So I said, what you want to do? Figure out what you want to do, and then work with your son or try to figure out how to help him. But I feel like the demise of the relationship with the father, I think it's both. It's both. Jamie does need to grow up and get his life together and not rely on people to bail him out and do things for him. Even with a pass. Because there are people who still have a pass and still get jobs. So work on it. It's going to be a little bit harder, but we'll see. And Jamie, maybe use your connections and find someone maybe with his interest to see you can get him passed through and talk all this thing out and let him know that, yes, my son has a pass and everything. We can get him a job, let's work something out and get him a job to work out and they can make a little money. But it was a lot. So y'all tell me how y'all feel about that whole thing. Because we're going to jump back into that conversation later on when they had the party. So it was a whole black party. So they just hoping that little Jamie show up and see what's going on because it's for Jason. Jason is a disability. He's visually impaired. And he's going to a DOORS program and he's going to be away for 9 months. And, his independence. And, Jason's happy for it because he wants to live on his own. He wants to gain independence because they've been there for him for a long time. So it's like losing a baby of being a grown adult. And he's like the party. He joyous. And I like Jason. And I was like, oh. So he goes away for 9 months. And I said, that's good. That's cute. So Joy and Clifton. Yeah, we finally got the Ready to Love couple. Yeah, I know people there like Joy Clifton and Ready to Love. Especially Joy, how she was handling herself in the freaking, how she was handling actors with Dakia, a lot of the people in the season of Reunion. And it's like, listen, boy, Joy had loved Clifton since the beginning. And they have been there for ever since. So, Joy was a singer and she go to Mexico, she go to a lot of international places to sing. So she's been always long distance. It's just something that she's been said on the show. That's what she does. And Clifton, he said he got 2 boys, one 18, one's 4 years old. Whoa, 2 different walks of life. I like. And this the moms, the 2 different baby mothers. And they got a place, but they found a place together, and she gonna move in together. So I said she's not gonna still do music anymore, or she will give that up to be the housewife, whatever that stuff. And I said, oh, maybe you should not take away your whole passion, joy, and continue your income in some way, shape, or form. While you still moving in whatever area you're at with the new house. And then he mentioned how she is gonna be being a stepmom, be a bonus mom to the kids and everything, because she knew well that he had children, so she knew before she continued the journey with him that that's gonna be his reality. It's gonna be her reality, and she's up to the point. She's not ready yet, but at the same time, she knew up front that he had children, so it was that. And that's it. That was that part so far. Now, this is why I said I was gonna have a quick aggravating me. I almost done, y'all. Well, finish. I almost done. Quick came home, right? And he wanted to talk to Ashley about some things like that. Ashley told him about Angela staying and she gonna be an assistant, and he said yes. And let me say, Angela, she said, so why are you so happy about it? I said, that's the same thing too. I said, why he so excited? He said, because I'm not really home and she helped us out. We need the help. I know you need the help mentally and physically and everything. So she's there. And since I'm not home, which I realized, I guess he realized that he barely home, she gonna need assistance and help. So he happy that he had an extra hand. So I said, okay, as long as you stay like that, because it seemed like you was banging somebody else, something like that, because how you so excited. But they're talking about the 14 years old Antonio. He just got to high school. He about to be 15 years old. He just getting to high school. Quick said that Ashley coddles the boy because she get him up for school on time to go to school. And Quick said he needs to be a man and he needs to learn to wake himself up. And he needs to miss school several days or miss school a couple of days so he can figure out the time schedule and know how to get himself up in school. And Ashley said, no, I gotta make sure he get up and get out of school because that's my responsibility, because as a parent, he needs to get in school on time. And he's still a child. And so what point? He says, at what point they need to learn? And everything. I would say, why y'all men do this? Why y'all feel like at certain age, when boy get a teenager or something, but they still a child, they had to grow up so fast to be a man. No, let them be a boy, a child, and still be a child till they get to adulthood. When he get to college, then maybe he can start learning. But when you get close to 18, so like before he starts to step away, that's when you start teaching them things about responsibility of getting himself up, alarm clock, and all that like that. But at 14, 15 years, still going to high school, yes, it's the parent's responsibility to wake him up to get to school, because he's not going to notice the time, because at the end of the day, he's still a child. And sometimes they might oversleep and everything. So the fact that you was so hell-bent about she calls him because she gets him up for school, I said, first of all, Quick, I do understand Quick background is that I think he said his mom died in his early age, so he didn't have a nutrition factor, and his father was not emotionally available like that. So he had to grow up himself so quickly. So that he brought his mindset that he took in what Jamie said about his son and feel like their son gonna be entitled or spoiled and everything. I said, if your son is a good kid and he's not in trouble like Jamie is, why are you so hell bent? And I said, first of all, I know how you grew up, Jamie. Oh well, I just said that quick. But me, my mom still woke me up in high school until I go to college, and that was my own responsibility. That I always was responsible and live like that. But when you get to that point when you know you're gonna start going away for school, then you start doing that things for yourself. But as parents, you teach that steps. So I don't understand why the hell you saying that she's calling him because she wake him up at school and he can't be a man because I was like, get out, quick, stop it. At the end of the day, I was still waking up, and I had one of the ways, 2 boys on her own. Tamaka Messiah, wake up, you gotta get up to school. Tamaka Messiah, get up for school. And we got to get up, we get ourselves together. She may have breakfast for us, or we go to school, eat breakfast, make sure we wash, take a shower, and everything else, and get to school. And a teenager, well, you need to teach him to make sure he do his homework on time, because you're not going to baby him to make sure he gets his homework done. You should, because it's high school. But at high school, they should be responsible for their own homework and stuff like that. So make sure you get their homework done, get things done, study, and still some responsibility that he could do on his own. But getting up to school is the parent's responsibility. So I don't know what the hell you talking about all this extra stuff that he's calling him because getting up to school. I said no, because I was still waking up and getting to high school for my mom too. Especially I was living in the house, so she had to wake us up for school. So he had to miss school because you want him to learn how to go to school and wake himself at 6 o'clock in the morning. And since he's gonna know about 6 o'clock in the morning getting out there early, chill, there's no workplace. He ain't working and doing 1 9 to 5. He's going to school. So yes, the parents gotta wake him up. I was like, and first of all, for someone who hardly ever home, how the hell you dictating what we need to do in the household? No, you don't got no say. Yes, your children's house. But if you want to have input, you stay home and help and distill this stuff that you want him to learn so damn badly. Notice I'm in the household and you not being around, I'm gonna be responsible to make sure he wakes up in school. And then it's up to him to go to school, 10 classes, get his homework done and everything else. That's his responsibility. And as a parent, I still gotta make sure he does his homework, but still. But it's not elementary and middle school. In high school, he got different teachers. So he got to be responsible to make sure he write down the homework, everything is done, and do the things done. So that's the responsibility he can learn as his own. But waking up at school is need to wake up at school. So I know a lot of us woke up, our parents woke us up in high school. So I don't know what the hell you was talking about. I was like, quick, aggravating me, and you never home. And then when they try to get down to the nitty gritty, then he will leave, go away because he can't continue the conversation. It's too much. I said, don't start the shit, and then you're gonna leave. So we're gonna agree to disagree with this because I don't agree. I say, you don't agree for what? Because waking up to school, that's not collaring him. I was like CM Sue, quick as a fool. He's definitely cool, and he is jealous. Definitely is. Because I was like, So what y'all take on that? Even if you didn't watch the episode, what y'all take on what Quick said about Ashley waking up to school is collaring him? So this is Jason All Black Party, and it was good. Everybody came in the attire, and Elena and Jamie said they know Joy and Clifton. They hang out a lot, everything, and also Ashley knows Joy, so this is cool. They know each other, and they kind of upset that Monique is not there. And they're more upset that Monique not showing that Chris. I said, first of all, if they're a couple, a supposed couple, y'all know them as a couple, why are you not equally upset with both of them? Why it's just Monique? They put more blame on Monique than Chris not being there. I said, okay. Y'all really mad that Monique didn't show up? I said, okay, I guess. I understand that because that's your friend and it's part of reality, and you actually have a friend to come through, and if she don't show up, even though it's a taping, but still, it's still supposed to be reality. So I was like, okay. But you're mad at Monique didn't show up? So this is the whole Joy thing. Now, I don't think it's so much of a big debate. Some people did understand Ashley. Some people understand Joy. So it depends how you feel. I understand both arguments and made it seem like it's no big deal at the end of the day if she worded this right correctly. But of course, Monique had the meeting with them. Monique had the meeting with them. Okay. Child, for real. So Joy mentioned that how she gonna be a keynote speaker or at least a speaker in a panel of Ready to Love and Stevie and Marjorie Foundation. And they asked Joy to speak on the Ready to Love panel and then she mentioned how she gonna speak on how single parents or single mothers getting back to love. So I think Joy aspect is to talk to women who probably the age group that she in the aspect of finding love again. No matter what path you on, and whether you're a single mom or whatever it is, finding love. So Ashley said, how you gonna have a talk to a single mother if you're not a mother? And they said, so why are you talking to single mothers if you're not a mother? And she said, they asked me to speak. They said, they know you're not a mom. They know I'm not a mom. I said, yeah, that's the foundation. They knew she's not a mother. That thing. But I don't think she was talking to them about being a single parent and dating. She just talked about finding love at this aspect. And it's happened to have single mothers in the crowd. Now, maybe she should have said that single mothers thing because it made it seem like, okay, if she's talking about being a single mother, how she's going to love. Now, I do understand that if you're not a single parent, it's a little bit layers to it of dating than when you was a single person by yourself with no children. Because now you can't only think about yourself. You got to think about the aspect of your children and who will be connected with you and who will be right for the betterment of your family. And you got to have the right person. So it is a little layer of having someone who went through and experienced it, who is a single parent for herself and who found love. But I feel like she's mainly talking about the Ready to Love aspect of the panel and not so much of being a single parent and single mother. And that's what the aspect. So understand joy aspect is like I'm just talking about the love part, not so much of a parent mother part. And then I guess what's her name? That girl that was Ashley. That was Sherelle. No, that's Sherelle. What's the girl name? We figure that out when she comes. Because I think they mentioned her name, but I did not look at the name real quickly. But she's part of the cast or the friend of the show. Ashley's friend. And she said her experience about the parenthood. Like say, I'm a mother and myself like that, and everything, and it won't be like having someone who's not experienced the same struggle that I have experienced to talk. But I said it's the foundation. So it's more so of not a much of being a parent, because it's like at the end of the day, I do understand that. If it'd be one thing if I would say I'm a single parent having a conversation about marriage, not knowing I haven't been married my damn self. So I do understand that. But I'm not talking about marriage. So I know I would never be a person to talk about it. I think she's just talking about love. And I can talk about love. I can give my opinions about marriage, but I wouldn't speak about it because I'm not a married person. So I do understand the aspect of that. And as she said, I would not be comfortable talking to single mothers because I'm a married mother and I know it's different obstacles of they go through that I would never understand. But the aspect of they talk about marriage, they be married and everything, and the woman be aspiration for marriage. She can still be a keynote speaker, even though you're not a single mom, like that. So it's all about the message. And if she was a word, if she Joy word it right and give a speech right, then it won't be so much about the lack of her being a mother. It's more about her experience about finding love at a later stage in life. And that's what it was. So I understand both aspects. What's your points is? Y'all understand y'all more on Joy's side, you're more on Ashley's side, or y'all understand both? People say, hell no, she should not be no speaker because she died. I was like, maybe it was not so much about giving a panel to just single moms. But hey, maybe Joy didn't lay the message right correctly. So Jamie and little Jamie talked, and they had this whole spill, and it kind of blew up. And how you don't listen to me, and it's so what? It was a ticket. You do this for me, and all stuff like that. And I never said that you don't do this for me. And then read the text. It was a back and forth to the point that Jamie got loud, and little Jamie said, "So listen, what are you crying for in this Jake thing?" And I said, "Actually, one of the reasons, yes, like I do feel like that way." But I was like, I do get her point, but I don't think that was the message. That was the whole panel point of the panels for. So that's that. And they're going back and forth to the point that Jamie said he had enough of that. And then he went in the hallway, and I wonder if Sherelle is Ashley's friend. Yeah, because I know Winter. Well, what Carl explained to us that Winter knows Sherelle through the producer. She's a wife of a producer that Winter knows. So Winter knows Sherelle. But I think he said that Ashley does know Sherelle as well. So it's a history between those two. So we don't know what aspect of that is it, but Sherelle knows Ashley, and then Ashley knows Sherelle. So and Winter knows Sherelle. So that's the connection between those three. I said, I guess we won't see. But what the other girl name is? I think okay. So yeah, so little Jamie was in the hallway crying, and that's why I say, you know what? Sherelle and Joy got beef because of Sherelle's husband. Yes, Sherelle and Joy does got beef with each other, and I'm interested to see that storyline. And what's Joy's beef with Sherelle's husband? I don't know. Like me with that. And he was out in the hallway crying, and the producer said, "You gotta come out here. You gotta come out here." I said, "Producer, seeing not to be all involved. Who asked you to be a therapist?" So she come out there, and he's crying, and Jamie looked like he about to go off, and I said, "Calm down. You see your son crying." That's why I say like he seems depressed. Yes, he needs to get his act together, and he got some faults in his own. But I feel like a lot of his hurt is not because of his own. I think a lot of his hurt is because of his parents, and we need to figure out the root of that because I don't know, Jamie, you just got to calm down. You don't have to talk correctly. You know all this thing, hip and hoop hollering in his face, and that's how it said to be continued. So it'll continue on next week. So that was Ultimatum DC, y'all. Like I said, it was good. It was a good premiere, and we're gonna see how it goes. Winter coming back next week, and it seems like it's gonna be an interesting season. I don't know. They look like they stepped it up a little bit because the first season wasn't giving me that much. And I like to hold the gang up. Winter, that's a little thing that annoyed me last season. It seemed like Winter and Ashley still gonna have a little beef going on, and all these little arguments going on. Elena gonna have a little thing with Winter, but it don't seem like it's gonna be too much going on. It seems like it'll be a lot with the other people, Joy and Sherelle. Joy and her husband got into it, and Joy got fired from the Go-Go Gang. Oh, okay. So that's the reason. Oh, okay, got it. That would make the connection with those two together. Okay. Ooh, I don't know. Lil J probably saw his dad cheating. Yeah, we didn't know. We need to find out Lil Jamie issues with his parents because this is too much. But hold up, let me see. I think she is doing the panel. Let me check. I ain't sure my Instagram. But that was Ultimatum DC, y'all. We're gonna come back next week again and talk about this. Let me see. Yep. The same 4 shows right there. I think Ultimatum, Ultimatum DC. The Q's is coming out tonight. So I'm gonna watch it and it's gonna be good. If it's good, I'll do a pre-recorded video of it. Depends how much detail it is. If it's too much detail, I might have to do a live on that, somehow. And do a little thing and just talk about it and discuss. And see how it goes. Oh, there's a panel tonight. Yes, a panel tonight. So after the panel, it's going to be my Mr. Social Corner at 10 o'clock. We're going to have little random topics and so that's good things that I just saw that's on the media. And we're going to have a little discussion. That's like my live version of Are You Serious? So stay tuned for that at 10 o'clock. So I hope I see y'all later. Well, people who did not watch it, please watch the replay. Shout out to the replay game. Please follow suit. Like the video. Share this out. Let people know about me and everything. And like I said, I appreciate everyone who has supported so far. The new subscribers that I got recently. And everything as well. So, we're working on and doing great. You see this Velma Backlash? Oh, no. Send me the link. I need to see that. Because I did one of the topics I might switch out on my Mr. Social Corner. So I might add something else. See y'all in a few. Love y'all. I enjoy y'all. Thank you for coming through. If y'all anything y'all that I missed or y'all want to comment, please put in the comment section down below. I do appreciate comments because that's another way that YouTube understand that you interact with the channel and y'all interested in it's like that. So appreciate that. See y'all soon. See y'all on the panel. And then after that, my Mr. Social Corner at 10 o'clock. See y'all later on tonight. Potomac review. I'll probably watch that tonight or tomorrow. And then I will get that review probably on Monday or Tuesday. I'm trying not to do it on Wednesday. Put it out on Monday or Tuesday. The Accused, I might put it out that week. And maybe another All You Serious video this week. Until then, I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. And I'll see y'all all soon. Peace out. Now, like I stated, I didn't really care for the Velma individual show. I didn't have no interest in watching it because I like Scooby Doo as an ensemble cast, and I don't care for the individual storylines. So all those people need to stay together and not be no individual thing. But it is what it is. But send me that thing in Discord. I want to read it. Everything. But I see y'all soon. Peace out.